Can we just adjust some stuff? Zoom in. So check his chat. Just like. Okay, video is deciding not to cooperate. Oh, probably this one. Close enough? Kind of, sort of. Usually set this up much better in this. Yeah, close enough. I don't know, it's only. Anyway, hi and welcome. I'm gonna be building some Gunpla today. It's gonna be this guy. I'm gonna just lock it into shot. Camera. Oh, yeah. There. Kind of wobble. So yeah, it's gonna be him. I'm gonna be listening to some critical roles since I haven't done that in a while. And if you guys want to, you can stick around, watch, comment, talk a little bit. Should be okay. Now I see where the option for the camera pop-up is popping up. That's good. Yeah, back to the point. We're gonna be listening to some critical role, watching, and I'll be doing some building. It's gonna be just chill. I needed this for a long time, and I'm back to building. Usually just do this once a month. I should do this more often. I like this. I haven't been back. But that's enough for now.
What was my sponsor today? Paranoia. Happiness is magic. Happiness is mandatory. You should buy that game when it comes out and keep a look at the channel because we might play it soon. I don't know.
Alrighty. Every time you lift that monstrous metal beast.
Just as a baseline, aside from the buzzing insects, are there is there bird, animal noises? Does the forest sound like it moves quite a bit, or is it actually quite still?
Well, the area that you're in right now, there's occasionally sparse trees, maybe a few dozen yards apart each. The tree line of the Lotus Den is a little further south from you, maybe about a 10-minute walk. You can see where the actual Lotus Den greenwood begins, and it is a dense forest.
So we bamfed behind the group, or we tried to bamf in? We were trying to bamf ahead of the group, right?
Yeah, middle of the Lotus Den, right?
Yeah. Or did we bamf behind where they had already gone?
He was told you wanted to bamf onto the northern side of the forest.
Okay.
Okay, so we bamfed behind them.
Yeah.
Are there
So we
any
can track them.
trees, or is it like a swamp with vines? Can I pull some Tarzan shit? Can I climb to something for a better vantage point?
You can go to one of the lower trees here. The higher trees are in the actual Lotus Den, but you guys, it's a quick jump to go in there if you wanted to. It's up to you.
Now let's just go in, right?
Yes.
Can we see any footprints or anywhere? I'm gonna cast locate object on Yasha's sword.
Just so we're all on the same page, yes. They started at the top of the greenwood, and we bamped to the same area.
Yeah, I
Not
thought
in the
we
middle.
were. I
right?
thought we were
Where
bamfing
thought
to
we were
the
gonna be
middle.
more ahead of them.
Yeah, I thought that's what we were doing, but if
Because they're moving south, and we were trying to cut them off so we could get to the
south side of the
beforehand.
I don't think we.
right?
I mean, that's what I thought the plan was too, was to be ahead of them.
Yeah, and then
trying
we were gonna
to.
intercept.
Yeah.
These are
right.
invisible
we
things
had
that we
said
don't
the
understand.
south side, but
Is that what we did?
we bamfed to the north side.
The person who's responsible for teleporting you was follow the instructions he was given,
Okay.
which was teleport you to the north side of the forest.
Done is done.
It's fine.
Done is done.
Yeah, we'll track them. It's fine.
If you wanted to go somewhere more specific, you should have pointed it out to him.
It's all right. Misunderstandings happen between drow elves and tieflings and humans. You know, so that's what happened.
Oh yeah, maybe it's like a colloquialism.
Yeah, maybe.
We can do some
Maybe
tracking.
north
It's great.
side.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna
Caduceus,
cast.
you're a good tracker, right?
Oh, what?
I have a pretty decent survival.
Well, aside
That's
from that,
tracking.
Caduceus, are you getting any sort of feeling from?
He hasn't, which Essek hasn't left yet. If you want to file a complaint or ask for something else to to help. Like he's about to jump through a teleportation circle.
Are you?
That feels rude, right? I'm the rude one, and I feel like that feels rude.
What, to ask him to do it again?
Yeah.
I would ask him to do it again. I wanted to be in the middle.
Hey, Essek!
He's like,
You got any more of those? Like, how many times can you do that?
I'm so sorry. I feel like we didn't communicate clearly when we pointed to the middle of the forest. That's where we wanted to go. Not here, there. Could we do that?
Biggest assholes.
he stands up straight from he was slightly hunched position over the rock, finishing the final scribblings across its surface before he turns, holding his kind of iridescent blue chalk in his fingertips. He just spins and
That
goes,
stuff is expensive.
It's pretty.
Is it expensive?
It's very pricey.
Like, do you think like worth
I made
one
him laugh
horse
earlier.
pricey
This
or
will be
more
fine.
than that?
He's gonna kill us.
He's gonna
Don't be
flip us
kill us
off
all.
as he jumps into
Gravity.
that circle. You want to grab him?
No, I said gravity. He's got gravity on his side.
Oh.
Oh no, I mean, we're just fine where we are.
I think what my companions are trying to request, we weren't clear enough, which is foolish of us because the stakes are so high right now. But we actually wish to go. Ford pointed out on the map.
Just
Delicate. And I walk forward to Essek and place my hand on his forearm and say that it's on me. I should have been a little more involved in the planning of this moment, and I apologize very much.
one of the two of you make a persuasion check with advantage, or you can each make one separately. It's up to you, because you are helping each other.
Ford and me?
Yes, since you are both the two that are trying to persuade him on
I'm
it.
gonna just pat Caleb on the back of his arm. Guidance.
People can see that.
Yeah, it's not like pat, it's saying a phrase and a gesture and doing it.
Traveler loves you so much.
Okay, so it's on me. Had advantage. Is that all right?
is your persuasion
Pretty good. It's not as good as
mine?
Ford's
Then
is,
we should both
but
roll.
it's close. All right.
Let's both roll.
And what did
Natural
you give me? What did you
For a total of
26, 25.
Ooh, 22.
Well, a d4. You have to roll a d4.
It's gonna be 4. It was 4.
26 and a natural 20.
Amazing.
Why can't we always roll like this?
22.
the chalk descends back beneath the cloak. He looks at the two of you and looks across the rest of the group and goes, "Very well. Though this is expending the limits of my prominent abilities for the day. Come, gather. Are you going to do this or not?"
Do you want to hang out with us until you can regain your spells and stuff?
Yeah.
You can. I mean,
There would be nothing I would love more than to not be around you all for the remainder of this day. So, let's try this again, shall we?
Okay.
All
I
right.
give his forearm just a little squeeze and then let it go.
Okay. Yeah.
He kind of like pulls it away, just like enough. Go ahead and roll a d100 for me.
Oh, boy.
oh god.
Oh, God.
Should someone
What if
else
we roll-
roll
what
the
if-
D100?
No.
No, this is good.
We're fine.
91.
Okay, you're
That's your math.
some lucky rolls today. All right.
I want to be in the middle.
So, the familiar sensation this time, as opposed to, being pulled into a void and then pushed out to the other side, this feels almost like reality kind of static shifts, and you guys are suddenly shunted miles and miles to the south. As soon as you all stop, there's like a brief moment of momentum, and your stomach kind of spins and feels sick just momentarily as you all touch down onto even say spongier ground. It's still marshland in this part of the forest, but as opposed to being just like a thick watery swamp, it's just damp kind of undergrowth and general kind of dense gross forest floor. Around you, it's You can hear the echoing calls of strange birds, kind of just permeating what is a very thick canopy of dangling vines, tangled branches, and thick, deep green leaves. You can see faint, low hints of mist that just slightly kind of drift over large, heavy roots that protrude from underneath and kind of twist and knot between each other as the different trees that kind of push in the space around you. You realize as you land that a few of you may have been a little close for comfort to something solid, but you safely managed to make your way here without issue. You occasionally hear a little bit of a strange monstrous, like, whoop, 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 in the distance, and other creatures kind of. This is a very
predator shit.
It's a very lively, very lived in.
This is way creepier than
Green.
the other place we bumped to.
Okay, so
The air smells of fresh vegetation, a recent rainfall, occasionally waves of kind of a putrid musk or sweet flower scent kind of whiffs through the air. It's a very lively, natural place where civilization seems to have not really got a foothold, or if it has, it's been heavily reclaimed over time. As Essek kind of looks around. Well, now I have formally visited the Lotus Den. I would not wish to return. Good luck.
Isaac, do you know of any like ruins around here or anything? Have you heard of anything?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Hey, Isaac.
Yes?
Are you mad at us?
Mad is not the right word. I would say ready to leave.
At least you didn't say disappointed. I feel like
That is the
disappointed is the
worst.
What is
absolute
that?
It's like
worst thing.
three small words that somehow
Hey,
combine
man.
into one big feeling.
Yeah.
Haven't forgotten that we owe you a favor and that you wanted to talk to us about needing something. So, hey, you're at the top of our list as soon as this is done.
A number of
it up.
favors I have not forgotten.
Just neither have we.
But in all honesty, be careful, be safe, do not be stupid, and goodbye. You watch as he finishes casting that spell he was subtly kind of signing in the air, and you watch him just fly through the canopy as he goes through, not like rocketing out like Superman, but like kind of just drifts up with a fair bit of speed. Some of the branches kind of snap and fall from where he was, and there's a brief little bit of light that kind of peeks through where he kind of pushed his way through the tree line.
Wow.
just a second. Now, I hate to be a negative naughty here, but part of the reason I was sort of pro north end of the forest is now we're here and we don't know if we are ahead of them or behind them. And there's no mathematical way of figuring that out.
Well, I could scry on that
Well,
again.
first of all, you should have spoken up sooner.
Yes.
Second of all, we have not spoken to Caduceus yet, who
No.
sometimes you are able to have a feeling between you and your...
I can do that. I also, we looking for ruins, you think, or?
You're looking for the heart.
Well, where would you put a heart if you were trying to keep it safe?
I don't know, perhaps at like the base of a tree or ruin, like you said, ruins, maybe some sort of a geological marker?
Well, I usually like to start by asking the locals. So I'm gonna take a few steps away from the group and.
Warming it up.
Talk to animals or plants or both.
Oh yeah. Hey everybody. Don't mean to intrude. Obviously, there's a lot going on here, but we're gonna be sort of walking around for probably the next couple days, and there's some other people wandering through the swamp forest right now that are. Yeah, they're bad business. They're probably going to do a lot of damage, possibly a fire. Who knows? But we're trying to take care of that. If there's any ruins around, if you've seen any like tall man-made structures slowly collapsing anywhere around here, we'd really appreciate a helping hand, and we'll try our best to stay out of everybody's way. Especially if there's any birds. Hey, up there, if you've seen anything, we'd love to just get in and out with as little hassle as possible. Thanks. That'd be great.
So you're just talking to the nature around you?
Yeah.
Yeah. As you finish the conversation, there's a slight pause, and you watch a little fly kind of just lands on his face.
Hey.
Takes off.
Follow that fly.
What?
Side note: as soon as Reindeer Games starts talking to the trees, Caleb goes into meditative state and starts doing arcane recovery.
How do
Okay,
you...
so you're taking a short
Taking
rest.
a short rest.
You
Yeah.
guys are taking a short rest?
I am.
Which direction was that fly heading?
Interrupt it
Make a perception
if I
check.
need to.
All right.
I'm trying to pull in some arcane mojo.
Where did I put my d20s? There's my d20s. That's 23.
Great. You watch the fly kind of eaten by a fly.
Who ate it?
A little toad, about maybe like
I'm gonna walk over
inches
the
between.
toad and look down. Not cool, man. That was not cool. I don't suppose that you feel like helping. Yeah, I thought not.
I have no idea what it says, so I'm gonna assume I
Get
didn't.
out.
And starts like sleeping off.
Are we following the frog? The
No,
toad?
he's no help.
Well,
Are we taking a brief short rest then?
I mean,
while we do, is there anything else you've got in
Oh
there?
yeah, that was
Okay.
just round
we don't
one.
want to sit here for an hour.
No, we don't want to sit, but I mean,
It's getting dark.
if we don't hear anything moving largely through the trees of immense size,
I only need a
perhaps we
minute.
should try your spell to see if we can locate her sword.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
I'll do the old classic climb a tree.
They're tall trees, right?
I'll go through the
Get a
climb a
good
tree
look.
thing first.
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
Want to race up there?
Guidance. The traveler loves you so much, Bo.
Athletics or acrobatics, your choice. Because
You want a round two? You want a
Round two.
rematch? All right,
I'm
all
gonna
right,
go
all
for
right.
as well.
Ready and
All right.
go! Fuck.
+4. You got guided.
What is it?
23.
Plus a d4.
Plus a D4, Bo.
Plus a d4, I got guided. Terrible. 19.
All right. So as you both leap up on two different trees, about 12 feet from each other, Bo kind of like jumping and grabbing and leaping and spinning. You just kind of skittering up the side, using your dagger to kind of weigh yourself across the kind of weird moss-covered bark. It's a little slipperier than you expected from just the atmosphere here, the bit of vegetative growth that's begun to like grow
bit of a
up
weird
and hold
cross.
on to the side of these trees and their bark. But you do manage to skitter up there. Does get there a little bit before you do.
Woo. Fuck.
Best 2 out of 3 next time.
All right, deal.
And best you can peek up. The downside of Nod is a bit shorter than you, and you get a little bit of a better view past
Here, Nod, get on my
the broken
shoulder.
parts of the canopy.
Can I like put Nod on my shoulders?
Yeah. And so with that, it's not like a beautiful view. This isn't the tallest tree of the entire forest. It gives you a view. You're just able to see through elements of the canopy that otherwise would not be visible. And peeking out kind of southward, you can see where the top of the lotus den reed would, the kind of roll. It looks almost like rolling hills, but made of deep green, almost in some cases gray type branches and leaves. You can see in the distance the sky's starting to get pushing towards the sunset. Like dusk is maybe an hour and a half off. It's beautiful in its weirdly alien landscape.
Any smoke, any clearings?
Make a perception check.
Wiggling trees.
I can't guide you. I'm too far away.
Don't worry, I got this.
What'd you say, perception, babe?
Yeah.
Yes.
19.
Better than me. 12.
You kind of look about. There are a few birds that like a small cluster of some sort of large bird, a little worried, like southwest of you. The wind kind of picks up in one area, and you can see kind of the gentle sway of the canopy, but it's a large area, not a singular path. After a few minutes, not much of a specific sign of nearby movement that would be a symbol.
But we kind of have a general direction of the thick of the forest.
You guys are in the center, more or less, of the Lotus Greenwood. You are. Who knows really where you are and which way is a direction other than where you go.
Anybody have any questions they want to ask, or should I just? I'm gonna commune, see what I get.
I think that's smart. I'm going to ask the traveler too.
And she points us in a direction.
Well,
What are we looking for?
well, let's see what I can do.
Any evil things to look out for?
Yep.
Not really.
What's today's lotto number?
A lot of
Did she say good? Should we go north or south?
that I can kind of ask.
Yes or no question.
Yes.
Should we go south?
So I am casting commune.
Okay. So you are suffused in nature, though maybe not the most benevolent, space per se. But the smell is familiar, and based on where you grew up in the Savalier Wood, there's a familiarity to, coexisting with a dangerous bit of unbridled wild. So you close your eyes, you focus, you light your incense, you begin to concentrate on your deity, and within a short time, the sensation of your physical body begins to fade, and you begin to discorporate into a warmer space, a familiar space, a space of connection. And there you can sense the presence, awaiting your questions.
The object we seek.
This guy running.
His heart. Is it to the south of us?
You wanted to join this too?
You hear a breeze blow. The breeze is warm, and it seems to, based on where you were sitting, blow in like a southwestern direction.
Good.
Is it in a temple or a building? Is it protected by something built by civilization?
This time, you sense an absence of stone, an absence of mortar, an absence of humanoid mind and hands. Instead, just natural imprisonment methods.
The others who seek this object, are they ahead of us?
And the wind blows once more in the southwestern direction, but it is cold and stronger. You gather, yes.
It's to the southwest, southwest. They are ahead of us.
They're ahead of us.
There's no building. It's guarded by some other mechanism I couldn't say.
They're ahead of us still.
Glad we jumped this far ahead. Southwest, nothing man-made. What could that be? Roots, trees, amber?
Could be a magic tree. Could be a briar. Could be a swamp. Don't know.
I mean, this entire forest feels like an imprisonment device.
No offense.
Yeah, I mean, you're great.
Yeah, no, I love
I don't think they can understand you. I wouldn't really.
We're about to
It's
lose
just silly to talk to them.
the light. Should we move as long as we can?
Yeah.
Should we try locate now or in tomorrow, Jessica? What would you?
Did she say how far ahead of us they were?
No.
Well, I can, try to locate. We can travel for a little bit, and then I can cast locate object and see if I can get a bead on them.
Yeah, how far is the range for that?
1,000 feet.
Why don't we walk? How long does it last?
10 minutes.
Why don't we walk for 25 minutes and then
I'll
do it
cast
or
it.
something?
Okay.
At the end of once we think we're close to bedding down for the night.
Yeah.
Because this place is probably going to get very dangerous when the sun gets down.
Yeah.
And it'll get dark very quickly in this forest.
Should we be trying? Do you remember if they were moving urgently, walking? Were they jogging?
They seemed like they were walking with a purpose, but it didn't seem like they were going very quickly. It's like, they were trying to find it. So they couldn't be moving quickly. I don't think they knew exactly where it was.
I'm of the inclination that we should at least be trying to make up ground, but we'll be loud.
Well, we're not going to make any ground if we just talk about
Keep
it.
walking.
Let's go.
Yeah, and eventually they'll show signs of where they've been through. So we just keep an eye out for broken twigs.
Yeah, we should maybe spread out.
Clearings.
Spread out.
Ooh, fire line, yes.
Yeah.
Good call.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys are keeping a fire line? What is the fire line order?
No.
Do you want
This
to
is
do
not the
10
first time
feet
we've done
between
this.
each other?
10 feet between sounds great.
Yeah.
Caleb
Not
snaps
everybody.
out of his meditation, realizing that everyone is moving and does not regain anything, and realizes that we're on the
I
move.
think I should be.
should you guys like to be in?
That's
Second
Yeah,
to
I'm
last.
actually
Yeah.
pretty good.
Pretty good.
Oh, we're walking in the
great.
fire line?
Fire line.
Oh, okay, cool. Yep.
All right. So how far apart?
10 feet.
10 feet. All right.
Maybe
I'll
15.
say one of you can make a perception check and one of you can make a survival check with advantage because you are doing it as a group. I'll
I'll make
allow that.
survival.
I'll make perception.
All right. Helming this, we have Caduceus and Jester. Go ahead.
With advantage.
With advantage because everyone is helping with this one.
I don't have advantage on that, or
You do. You
Oh.
do.
24.
25.
Nice.
The rolls tonight.
We should have guided each other.
We're gonna need that later.
Next
And-
time.
It's basically the Troy Abed handshake.
Yeah.
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 No, I have no
don't know how to do this.
I
Okay.
don't know what you're doing.
Come on, Laura. Let's do it.
Okay. Okay. Caduceus, you're the first to mention about 30 minutes into this travel, as you guys are just starting to think it's kind of the cusp of when you should probably stop searching, or at least begin to, if you were planning to bed down for the night, start looking for a safe place to go. You begin to notice what looks to be a bit of a swath of branch and vine that appears to have been cut. And you kind of glance over towards it and pick up one, and the cut is recent. You can see the vine itself, the interior nutrients of the matter is still freshly kind of bleeding, this kind of slightly kind of milky material. And looking about on the floor, as you point this out to Jester, you notice there are a few sets of footprints.
They would have faded pretty quickly, too.
You gather with your survival roll, at least in the last day.
Okay, last day.
Do demons sleep? Do people who are mind controlled get tired? Are they like, it's dark? I should...
Maybe that's why Laughing Hand is crazy. Maybe they don't let him sleep.
We've seen Yasha be tired, though.
But
Yeah, but not while she's had this orange thing on
log in her
her
back.
When you saw her, did she look sunken-eyed, tired,
She's been
withdrawn?
crying a lot. I don't know.
Her face was very pale.
Sleeping is. You've got to sleep.
Plus, she's got that makeup, kind of covers
Smoky
the dark
eyes, tough.
circles.
I'm just curious because we could try and sneak up on their camp if we think that they might stop for a camp. But I don't know. Generally, I feel like
And then what?
Do you have enough
ambush.
Wait, that's actually a good point.
in you to...
What?
If we are behind them,
We can ambush.
we can either, we could ambush them, we could try and go around them and try and pass them in the night, but if we are ambushing them, didn't you say someone had something on their hip?
Sneak in, be invisible and super stealthy, and then you can just go and take the skull from him. And that way, we don't even need to get to the heart first. We just need to get the skull and get away.
Because it's just about stopping the ritual, right?
Right.
But this only makes sense if
we can-
crazed demon people in search of skulls sleep.
I have another idea as well that we
We're
could
still
do.
walking forward.
Yeah.
Right.
In addition to this, we could try to just take the skull and Yasha. If you're able to run in and give her a hug and pull her out, we could go.
Yasha's.
We could deal with that after the fact. We could take her
She's
against
a
her
bad
will.
person. She hates us and wants to kill us.
Her
She's evil.
imprisonment isn't tangible,
But
it's
what
in
if-
her head.
But what if we were able to separate her from these things?
Know if we have that kind of power
Do
yet.
you have that power?
To take her away or to clear her mind?
To clear her mind.
I do not know, but we have a better chance of that if we get her away from them than if she is with them.
Have you ever tried to tame like a wild or caged rat? Imagine that, but Yasha's size, trying to come at us.
I have watched you
I
make
know.
someone vanish and reappear
Or turn
somewhere
into a
else.
turtle.
Caleb, I can do that. But I can only do it quickly if somebody is willing to come with me. If they are not, then there's a very real possibility that I could go and hug her, and then she would chop my head off.
And that would be bad, so we're clear.
Probably. I mean, I don't know. I think Caduceus could still bring me back, but only if he could get to me.
I really
touch
like
it.
your head on your body.
I'm not
Very
sure I really
attractive.
want
I'd
to
leave it
experiment
Yes.
with that just yet, but
Ford just said your head
I
was
like the
attractive.
intention of the plan. I just don't
She
think.
said your head was attractive.
I think that if we're gonna get her out of this, we're gonna have to be careful, and that doesn't sound careful. That sounds.
We have to
Going toe-to-toe does not seem like a very good idea to me. It didn't go very well the
Well,
last
that's why
time.
we don't want to go toe-to-toe. We want to sneak in before they awake and then just steal it and then run away. No toes.
Slow them down while we get stronger. Make
No
them
toes.
weaker while we get stronger.
No capes.
This is
We have to find them first for any of these plans, even the ambush
Should
plan.
I cast it? Do you think it's a little early? What do you think?
Still too early.
Yes,
Let's follow these
know,
tracks.
I mean-
tracks. Stealthfully.
If the footprints start looking fresher, we need to. I'm going to, like, because I'm assuming they'll like, they look more and more fresh the more we follow them.
Well, and I'm good at investigating. That feels like an investigating thing, right?
That would
the
probably be one aspect of it, yeah.
Recentness,
Yes, because you're not trying to find the tracks, you're just trying to
discern how.
yeah.
So can I actually do that with one of the tracks that I see now?
Go ahead and roll an investigation.
I'll give you a D4 for that. If I see you doing that.
Oh my goodness. I roll terrible on investigation checks.
Except this time. No.
No, this time too.
It teases
But
me.
you've got a high
It teases
boost, right?
me every time. I do.
It's okay, it's not what you're known for or
15.
anything.
It's not like the entire basis of my fucking class or anything.
You're more known for kicking ass unless we're taking names.
Some of us went to college and we don't use that shit either, so it's
I'm gonna fix that. That's a +6 to my
all of us
investigation.
probably.
So, looking about the tracks that Jester pointed out, and you guys are following as you go through, and here the trees can be anywhere from 10 to 4 feet from each other at times. Sometimes they spread out a bit. At this particular place, you can see where the heavy gash marks there are from what you imagine are either Yasha's blade or the Laughing Hand's arm, occasionally scraping past one of the trees, kind of freshly gouging from the side, and you can see bits of heavy branch and clusters of leaves and bits of brush have just been cut and laid to the side as they move forward. You can't really tell how fresh they are. It's hard to discern necessarily. You do very much see 2 sets of humanoid footprints and one much larger, heavier footfall-based set of footprints.
Do the footprints seem tired?
Hard to tell.
Is there a firm print and then a draggy toe? And then a firm print and a draggy toe.
An empty 5-hour energy drink bottle.
I don't want to destroy the world anymore.
You don't know.
Okay.
We keep on
Push
keeping
on, push on.
Yeah, I don't
Alright.
think we need a fire line anymore now that we're following a trail. I
Yeah.
think we can.
Okay, so what is your marching order?
2 by 2, 2 by 2.
2 by 2.
Who's in the front?
I will be.
Not and who? Who's in the front with not?
You
I'll
want
join not.
Okay,
All right.
I'll go in the middle.
Next in line.
Middle next to Caleb.
Alrighty, and that puts Bo and Caduceus.
Right there is perfect.
You got it. Alrighty.
Greens, blues, pinks.
There you go. So, pushing onward for the next hour or so, the little bit of light that's peeking through the broken bits of upper tree canopy begins to turn to a bright orange, to a red.
I'm gonna cast
To a
locate
purple.
object just to be safe.
Okay. You cast locate object on.
Yasha's sword.
Okay. Does not pick up anything.
Cool. I just want to be safe.
No,
No
we
worries.
know. So we can speed up and not be stealthy.
At about that hour point, you do come across what looks to be a small pseudo clearing, I would say. There appears to be an area where some of the trees are a little more sparse. The ground gets less swampy and mucky and a little harder at this point. You notice it first,
Yeah.
with Beauregard up second as you're in the next in line. But you, Jester as well, actually, because he's very front. Yeah, Jester would probably be noticing at the same time as you. You do see 2 figures lying against the base of a tree.
Conscious?
Dark in shadow, they're not moving.
Your
Asleep?
locate
Can we
object
see- can we
is
see-
not.
My locate object isn't doing anything.
It's an hour later.
Nothing yet?
Oh.
Do we want to bed down here maybe and have a place to sleep if we have to and a place to retreat to before?
There's people asleep against the tree over there.
Are they asleep or are they?
Would you like my cat to take a look?
Can we see them?
Yes,
I
yes,
mean,
Jungle Cat.
what if-
Launch the Jungle Cat.
Frumpkin is there, next to me. Go take a look. Okay, quietly, carefully.
I'm keeping an eye all around for anything. I'm trying to. This feels ambushy.
Okay.
Yeah, is this a honeypot situation?
I don't like it.
Frumpkin, roll a stealth check for Frumpkin for me,
Can I
please.
guide Frumpkin?
Yeah, you can. Too late.
It takes a round to happen, so
And we all
this is a longer
we
walk.
all wave down, take a knee, so we like lower
Yeah, we're
our
all
profile.
You all get low, and at this point, you know, they're like the roots in the forest floor is constantly changing up and down based on proximity to the trees. So there are some ridges and heavy roots where you can kind of get down a little bit and block it. And then just for perspective here, like the trees here resemble, you know, the sequence in Lord of the Rings where they hide from the Nazgul, that big old tree with the forest is a lot of that size and style of it. So like half the forest floor here is just roots with like bits of you know, compost decomposing between where leaves have fallen.
Just for fun, I'm going to do Eyes of the Grave really quick.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Detect Magic really quick.
Okay. You cast both of those. No undead sense. Nothing magical beyond what you all have on your persons. Frumpkin stealth was?
Massive 8.
Frumpkin continues out to about 40, 50 or so feet from where you guys are, carefully heading towards these two bodies. Right as Frumpkin gets about 10 feet from it, he notices that they're not moving. They are dead. They are two bodies. One that appears to look to be halfling, kind of female, ruddy skin, kind of a tangled mess of dark hair, with leathers and looks like a backpack. The other figure looks to be dragonborn, kind of a lithe, thin dragonborn, tall and lanky, copper scaled, and they're both not next to each other. They're both kind of about 6 or 7 feet from one another, and at the glance, they both have a couple of very, very heavy gash wounds across their torso and abdomen.
I say, as I'm staring into nothing, dead bodies, one moment. And if Frumpkin's still in range, I tell Frumpkin to very carefully bite each one.
Frumpkin kind of looks back at you like,
Yeah.
I remember this.
no reaction.
Yeah, dead bodies.
Let's go check them out.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out.
Keep an eye out for traps.
Are they at the edge of the clearing? Like it's them, it's the bodies, and then a larger clearing beyond them?
Or
They're kind of.
clearing and then dead bodies.
It's when I say it's a clearing. It's a clearing by comparison to how dense most of the area here is. Maybe about 15, 20 or so feet right now between trees here, which creates this kind of bowl. And you can see now as you get closer, there are some stones set up like there was once some sort of a small fire set up that has since been completely put out, because like dirt and other bits of rock have been thrown in to put out whatever embers there are. And as you get close, you can feel a little bit of faint heat. So this fire was, you know, not too long ago.
Are the tracks around here chaotic and spread out as if there was a bit of a tango?
Make a perception check with disadvantage because it's getting dark.
Slice them. God, the traveler loves you so much.
I'm gonna go over and inspect the bodies and look for traps around them.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Globules out.
The area lights up a bit.
17.
17. This was to look for tracks about how chaotic it was around.
Like what the...
There was a bit of a scuffle. It doesn't look like there was an extended fight, but it looks like there was not like around and kind of in the direction of where that tree and where the bodies are. There was some heavy movement. Apparently, you putting the piece together, and as you all kind of, you can imagine that whoever these figures were, they were set upon by those you track.
Just because we're clocking those, can I find the larger prints specifically and see which direction they left in and ask not to join me in keeping an eye out on whatever direction that might be?
Yep. The direction changes a little bit from like the southwest directly that you were traveling, and actually it's a little slightly more south from this point in time, and that's where the tracks continue on.
To help me keep an eye out.
I'm looking for traps right now, friend.
Just to help me keep an eye out?
Okay.
Hey, anybody in the forest, where this is some kind of ambush, or if anybody's coming up, I would appreciate a little noise or something. If you guys feel like just letting us know, that'd be great.
Make a persuasion check.
All right.
Sway the swamp.
6.
All right.
Was that a guidance tab?
That was a guidance tab.
That's not gonna do anything.
7.
No traps. But looking through, it looks like one of them was slashed and impaled, and was thrown against the tree, and you could see the tree above them now. There's a bit of a crack where the impact was, and a smear of blood where the body came to rest.
And
Were their pockets picked, or?
No. Pockets unpicked.
Yeah,
Well, I'm gonna get all their shit, of
and
course.
how long dead do these bodies seem upon
I
inspection?
can make a medicine check.
Okay.
Can I help?
You man. Yeah.
Does
you
it
can
look
give
like,
advantage on it.
Oh,
did
well,
they...
I have really good medicine. Okay.
Do it. Well, I rolled
Up to you
once,
guys.
so you roll straight
You roll
roll
as
as well. Mine was shit, so roll well. 9 for me.
9.
Oh, that's cocked.
It's cocked, unfortunately.
Oh, the cock.
18.
Okay. The bodies have been dead maybe between 6 to 3 hours.
Okay. We're
Does
a
it-
few hours behind then.
kind of looking through the pockets with Knot.
Yeah.
Does it look, while she looks for valuables and goods, I want to look for things like, does it look like there were guides? Does it look like they were rolling with these people?
Looking through equipment, you find a number of arrows, a short bow on the halfling, as well as pelts, knives. These were both hunters. They're game hunters.
Just wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
Okay.
They look like they're dressed for stealth and for traveling this terrain, but like they live here and know it well.
It would have been a really good guides.
Bummer.
Well,
Maybe they know about ruins.
They still
Can you talk to
be.
them?
Yeah, I can talk to them.
Yeah, but we know
There's no
where
ruins, remember?
Well,
they're-
maybe they know of something.
I
Where,
know something.
yeah, where the heart is.
Looking, so if you want to, you can take the short bow. 2 short bows, 3 daggers. There's about, I'd say, probably 35 gold and 26 silver between the 2 of them, along with a handful of copper.
take the gold. Anything else shiny? No, I guess not.
No,
'Cause they're
there's
hunters.
some charms and keepsakes. There's some like fashioned carved bone pieces that are made into like small orbs that are all tied together in this long leather tether that kind of hangs from the side of the armor. Yeah, these are people that travel and seem to carry an element of their persona and maybe the people that they care about with them as they travel through.
So the sun is down. How close are we pushing into exhaustion?
I mean, if you were to continue on without sleep tonight, you would all gain a point of exhaustion.
Yeah.
And have burned through a bunch of spells.
So what time? Yes. What time roughly is it? Well, not roughly, precisely for Caleb. Sorry, I picked the feet.
You did. I'd say about now it's close to 8:30ish.
That's not bad. Not bad.
I have a question. Does anybody have like a jewel or anything that's worth like 50 gold? Like a decently expensive one
I
Yeah.
do.
I do.
I do.
that you would be willing to let me borrow,
Yeah.
actually destroy?
Would you use it for a magic spell and dispel it forever?
I mean, I have a spell that I never use anymore, so you could have a diamond if you care for it.
I have this pearl necklace.
I probably need like a one thing, so if you're not going to.
I mean, pearls, you just need like 50 gold, right?
Yeah.
Maybe save the diamond and take the pearl, because pearl, right? No one.
I have one diamond
shit about
worth
They come from
50
the
gold.
ocean, so.
Oh, I
It's
mean.
a single gem, and I have not used it
pretty little
since
diamond.
Fellow or thereabouts.
If you don't mind, Caleb.
There you are.
Thank you.
You don't use it,
Wait,
you just
that's
keep it.
That'd be awesome.
You're pretty great.
I'm not gonna use it like I don't need it for a spell right now. I need it for a spell a little bit
So
later.
using just
But I have it prepared and then I realized I can't actually do it.
I'm gonna trust you. Anybody have any questions they want to ask these
I mean, we
guys?
know when this happened roughly. We know which direction they went. The only information we can get is
Maybe
we
they
know who it was.
If they know where the heart is.
Do they know
And
where
do
the
they know
heart
what
is?
it is? And it's the heart of.
A demon.
Beer.
Graz.
The
Wait, hang on.
Razadoon?
Jolriel.
Yeah.
L'Oreal.
Katogast.
Katogast.
Just if they know where this natural structure is that we're trying to find.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
All right, I'm going to cast Speak with Dead.
On which one?
Are we gonna bed down here?
Let's take the halfling.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we might.
All right. So you take and arrange the body a bit. The face is now facing forward. Prepare your ritual. Close your eyes. Focus on the Wild Mother to breathe life once more into this shell so that it may impart its knowledge so it can be avenged. As you open your eyes and let the bit of a prayer escape your mouth, you can watch as the mist on the ground that's been kind of growing a little more dense as the temperature drops closer to night begins to swirl and become almost a funnel, like a reverse, slow-moving tornado. And as it slowly curls upward, it leans and then fills the mouth of the body. And the bit of mist kind of vanishes into its jaw, and then as the chest begins to puff up with air, the eyes kind of look towards you.
The party that killed you, we're searching for them to stop them. They seek the heart of Joriel, a heart of a demon that is buried somewhere to the south of us, or encased somewhere to the south of us. Do you know where we would find this?
I know not of the heart you speak of, only what they asked us.
What did they ask you?
We were approached by a handsome man and a hooded woman. They requested knowledge of the Wraithroot tree. We told them how to reach it, but warned them of the cursed site, recommending they leave it be. And then we heard laughter. And that was all.
You got me on my chest. You got me on my chest part.
What is the curse of the Wraithwood tree?
The Wraithroot sits as the center of the Mouldered Grove, a region of leafless dead woods. Beware the bark that bites.
The bark that
bites.
bites.
Stay away from the fucking tree.
The Mouldered Grove.
The Mouldered Grove.
Beware the bark that bites.
Its bark is worse than its bite.
Dead.
Don't make jokes about it. It will kill you.
It hates puns.
Like Pulp Fiction.
How far away and in what direction is this tree? How would we get there?
So you watch as one of the arms, which is partially ruined, it gets the muscle tissue just exposed and the bone open, arm kind of and points in a southward direction from where you are currently. About a day's travel.
Last question. We think we know possibly how to protect ourselves from them, but is there anything you can say that would protect us? Any advice to shield us from what we're about to face?
Was that your fifth question?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Don't go. And the mist emerges from the mouth and kind of slowly spills down the front of the chest and then merges with the rest of the surrounding
3 to 6
fog.
Okay, so we're doing that.
I mean, we have to keep going. Right?
We're less than a day behind them. We're like 3 hours to 6 hours behind them, and we could get ahead of them.
And then what?
ambush. Stop them before they get there. At least watch them go in. And
I don't know how we would get ahead of them.
How are you two doing?
I'm almost out of everything.
Does a short rest get you anything?
No.
But we can get closer and then rest. Or, you spellcasters can take a nap and we can keep on. Some of us can keep on and find them.
Yeah, I feel great.
Can you carry me while I sleep?
Okay.
I would love to catch them as much as the next person, but if we get there in a week and we're half at our best, it's for nothing.
We are not going to fight them, though, right? We're not trying to fight them.
If we have a say.
I don't want to fight them.
Can we even? Are we strong enough to even run if we have to?
I don't have the ability to take us out of here in the way that we are accustomed to. I have used all of my...
So we couldn't even run if we...
Could you make a dome?
If I had enough time, yeah. Or if I could do it in advance, yeah.
I don't think that's part of this, though. We'll come upon them quickly.
It's unpredictable. There's no way to control the situation like that.
We should
We're
rest.
walking.
The 4 of you can rest. Me and Bo can go find them.
We could scout a little if we wanted, I guess.
Miles ahead of us. That's lunacy.
I don't know the meaning of the word. Really, though.
It's a bad idea.
Has to do with the moon. Loon.
It's
And
also
you'll see.
this forest is going to be very dangerous in the evening.
Yeah.
Have you seen Bo's arms?
Here's the thing.
Or abs, for that matter.
I've seen both of
They
their
are
arms.
very healthily on display.
This group of people have snapped away like that. So if they get to their quarry, they are gone.
Yeah.
Most likely they are gone.
Or they'll wake it up. They probably need some time. Maybe they'll do it right there.
Maybe.
If they
we
get
don't
there,
really
if
know.
they get there tonight, while we're snoozing, they could be gone by the time we wake up.
Is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Also, one last thing. The last time Oban needed access to something, he waited for us. He needed us to open it.
Yeah, but he doesn't know we're even around.
No.
This time he's got Yasha. He needed Yasha.
I need a Yasha.
Did
Or
we need
whatever.
Yasha to get in there?
I think he needed Yasha for his overall piece of his puzzle.
His
Different people,
overall
different thing.
plan, but we don't know. We don't know enough of
And
what
it's
he's
not
doing.
like this is going to be an easy walk up. This is going to be.
I have one.
I have a
fifth
funny
level
feeling
spell
that they're
left.
not going to. I don't think they're going to just waltz into this
have
thing
one
either. I think
powerful
it's
spell left.
dangerous.
Good.
I could scry again.
I mean, only if we're going to sleep.
But we've already done it once today, so maybe I can't again.
If you scry and they're moving instead of resting, will that shape your thoughts at all?
Of course.
If they're resting,
If they're moving, we have to keep moving.
yeah.
I'll scry then.
You might as well scry.
Just so you know, a scry can. If a scry fails, it's resisted, then they can't be scried on again for
Oh, but if
24
it
hours. But if it
succeeds-
succeeded,
Okay.
there's no reason why you couldn't
Just for
try it
fun,
again.
I'm actually going to try and use divine intervention to see if they're going to bed down for the night.
Oh yeah, do that before.
You're gonna attempt to divine intervention? All right, go for it.
Come on, baby. Come on.
Fuck no.
What do you have to get? How does it work?
You
Under
focus
10%.
quietly and kind of take a deep breath, and as you do that, another fly kind
How do you know?
of chokes you up for a minute. You
So it's got to be the
No,
zero
Virginia, there is no same clause.
Or the 10 and a 0, or
or a
the
zero and anything.
Anything.
Okay, I'm gonna try it too.
Okay.
Come on.
So you focus.
Double guns.
Come on,
do it, Balooey.
Shake, await that roll.
No.
Damn it.
And
Okay.
once you use it, once it succeeds, you can't use it for a week.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna try to scry.
Okay. So you stop here in the same area where the bodies were found. You haven't left from this spot. Using the little clearing here, you begin to set up your scrying ritual. You focus. Takes about 10 minutes to cast. You set up everything nervously. It's getting colder and colder. And as you sit down, the mist is obfuscating about a foot or so of the ground. So as you're setting up, you're having to like shoo away the mist a bit and set it up before it begins to filter back in. You sit down, and you guys watch as Jester, you can only really see about her elbows up as she sits in the middle of this mist that's kind of just drifted around her. Cold and weirdly beautiful as she closes her eyes. And for a second, you swear you see the mist kind of move around her, like something just kind of shifted around her. Kind of makes you think for a moment. It's cold. It's dark, and in that moment, there's that sense of desperation and loneliness as you focus on the spell. And as the mist kind of curls in around you, like a cloak encircling you, you feel the traveler there once more and say, "Not too far." And suddenly you feel your vision pulled as his hand kind of rests on your cheek and turns your head this way. And as your head turns this way, it's almost like you're looking from one window to another. And as you look into this other pane of glass through it, you can see in a familiar darkened wood like this, in the shadows, a very, very faint bit of crackling firelight. You see in the space what looks to be a very, very low lit fire in a center of stones. And sitting across it on two kind of rotting logs that have been lumped there, you can see Oban in his true form, kind of red demon skin and wings folded, sitting there kind of looking at the fire, kind of putting his hand in it and kind of letting it kind of curl around his fingers. And Yasha just sitting there looking into the flames. He reaches down and pulls up a bottle of wine and just takes a drink of it, looks to her. "You may have some," and holds it out. She reaches out without even looking and takes it and drinks from the bottle and hands it back. As he retrieves it, he says, "You knew the seed of darkness within you only needed the right guide to germinate into something beautiful. Don't forget, you were the one to find me, Orphan Maker. For this, I will always be grateful, and you will always be my favorite." And he glances around the nearby wood to see if maybe another heard him. "We draw close to completing our found family, becoming her will manifest, striking from the lightless realms and breaking her chains one by one. You remind me of her, a vision of her intent, walking towards destiny. I'm proud of you." And he reaches out to kind of touch her chin. There's a small spark of blue lightning that sparks from under her chin to his hand, and he kind of pulls back as she kind of recoils a bit to one side. You see him kind of look at his fingers and look at her, furious in but a moment. His eyes glow orange, and you see behind her, kind of from beneath the hair, the orange glow emanate, and she winces for a second before her face going slack once more. He now takes her chin in his hand without a fight and looks her in the eyes and says, "Stubborn as you may be, you are mine. You belong to her. Where we shall walk, no cloud or storm can touch us." As he pulls his hand away, you hear a slight little. He looks over his shoulder a bit. "Keep a perimeter watch. Who knows what else is lingering in this forest, and we're so close I can taste it." And he kind of sits down and starts drinking his wine a bit more. And they both just quietly look into the fire a bit longer as the laughing hand begins to lumber off into the darkness.
Was the satchel still on his waist? Did it look like...
Make a perception check.
Come on, this is key. This is key.
Well, with disadvantage because it is... Well, you have dark vision, don't you? Yeah, so you're fine,
Okay. God damn it, perception. 14.
14? Within the fire, it's not a very terribly hidden thing he was trying to keep from anybody. Yeah, it was still hanging from his belt.
Shit.
Come on, that's it.
Does she relay all of that?
All of it. Everything. Like, I like to imagine as I'm scrying, if I'm hearing anything, I'm just repeating what I'm hearing as, like, out loud.
Like,
Yeah.
Translating.
Well, clearly Yasha is definitely evil and not under the control of
That was my assertion as well.
We have to keep
Yasha.
going. They're close.
But with what intention? Are we trying to get close enough to have you
Sneak in,
invisible?
get the skull.
Grabbing the sack is one option.
I
It
will take
looks-
a drink right now.
It looks like the Laughing Hand.
Scary.
The Laughing Hand
He's doing
roams free.
security.
He runs patrol. We don't need to.
Probably he does not need to sleep.
He doesn't
And
need
the
to
others
sleep.
two do.
He's insane already.
He might be wondering who knows how much ground he covers in the middle of the night, but maybe stalking him, trying to attack him when he's far enough away from the camp.
You mean
Not
the one
attacking
that, the
him.
one that can't die?
We just gotta get the skull, though, like you said.
And if he is just walking a perimeter, there are openings in that perimeter.
Yeah.
If he's the only one.
You just have to be the most silent and unseen.
And remember, we have no spells to
ever
help you
been.
with.
Nothing.
I got this.
I'm going with you.
God.
What?
I think this is a terrible
Yeah, I'm
idea.
not gonna let
I
her
do
go
as
alone.
well.
No. Let's think this out first. Let's think this out first.
Create a distraction. We can.
No distractions. No nothing. No nothing. We make no noise. If you make noise, the Laughing Hand will be alerted, and then everything goes to shit. You have to know where he's going and sneak in the big hole in his perimeter and go in and steal the thing, and then run back out immediately.
I think she's right. I
And
I
hope that
think
there's not a magic, some sort of like magic spell on the bag itself that won't alert him to it being disturbed immediately the way we used to do. when we
well,
saw
and it might, and in which case I think we all need to be nearby. But I think Jester's right. I think maybe this is going to take a little bit of observation and watching the Laughing Hand and watching his path and seeing if it is a specific patrol path.
We're down
Or-
so much right now.
Yeah, okay. So, we all know the option of letting Not somehow go in unseen, undetected, and pulling, hopefully, the object off of his hip and retreating. However, even if they're close, they still have to get to the tree that seems to have a fucking curse on it, and it might slow them down a bit. If Not is detected, we're going to try and rally to her in a half state, if not worse. We could just follow them and try and catch up to them tomorrow after a rest, where we're all in our best form.
And then what?
If we do that, and I'm not saying we don't, Thought, but if we do that, we run the risk potentially of this extra being, this Kedogast,
Yeah,
from
fighting him.
joining them. So I'm not saying no. I'm just putting that on the table.
One more option.
Yeah.
I'm supremely confident in my abilities, especially if I have a few more gulps of booze, but we could continue on tonight
And get there
and get there.
first. And try and get to the heart first.
We will take on the cursed tree in a half state.
So that's the thing. We
Allowing
Don't have to
them,
touch the
I'm
bark that
amazed
bites.
for this
Allowing them to
continually
catch up to us.
exploratory
Here's our
Tomorrow morning.
here's our three options that I think that I have that we've laid out. Right? Hang on, let's because there's pros and cons to both. There's pros and cons.
I love this
to
game
both.
so much.
Wait, what do you mean there's a fourth? What's your fourth?
Talk it out. Talk it out.
We
Everyone's
call
got
Essek
ideas.
here and
Go
Essek.
I sensed he had more to give. I think.
He just
Okay.
has a little red bead. He's like, here, hug this. And it's just a delayed blast fireball that wipes you all out.
I like this. I think the idea
Just
of getting
kill it
there
both
before
times,
them and securing their goal before them is probably less of a challenge than them altogether, especially with this one woken up. I can fly three of us there. You can you fly right now? Can you
Fly?
Eagle?
I am-
Fly?
I can fly.
You can fly.
I can fly.
And you can carry, and I can make some of us fly now. I know how to do that.
But it will literally, I will have just like some first levels left. I will have 1 4th level, and
Yeah.
I've got some shit. I've got some shit.
But it won't be dealing with our friend Yasha and this Laughing Hand and Red Man from Wu-Tang.
It's true.
Did you say Wu-Tang? I heard from Wu-Tang, and I just want to know if the RZA or if anyone else will be
We
joining
need a
us.
long
I'm a
rest
big
if this is
fan.
what we're getting into.
Use some
It's just-
signatures on this sword. All right.
Honestly, I am down to bring the motherfucking ruckus. So if we want to do this,
I like getting there. I am voting for grabbing that prey out from under them right now.
I like that one.
Wait. Off
wait,
their hip or
wait.
going
You
ahead?
just you said one plan that you liked.
I
and
understand.
then-
What I prefer is getting there before them while they rest, even
for the
though.
heart, right
yeah, right now.
Okay, I'm just gonna. I love you, Caleb, and I always agree with you, but if we go there and get the heart, they're 3 to 6 hours ahead of us now.
Yeah.
They're gonna sleep for
8 hours.
8 hours, right? So we have to make up the up to 6 hours that we've already.
But we'll be
that we're already
flying.
late,
We'll be
okay?
flying above
And then
these.
keep going and acquire the thing. They're going to wake up and start making their way to us. And once we acquire the thing and we walk out the door and they're standing right there,
There's not gonna
we
be a
have
door.
nothing left. No escape, no spells, no nothing.
Excuse me, though. If we allow me to rest for an hour right now, I could take us out of this place for good. I am tapped in that respect. But if we rest for an hour, I can do that, and then we fly the rest of the way,
And then as
grab
soon as
what
we
they
get it,
want,
we bamf.
Tap
and
out.
we're gone, and they
How
lose the
long do
ability.
you need to prepare that button? The I'm out button. 1 minute?
Let
believe
me
it's 1
verify,
minute,
so I'm not. As a ritual, though, it would be 11 minutes if it's 1 minute.
Teleportation circle? Is that what you're thinking?
I'm thinking of various spells at one time. 1 minute normally, so as a ritual.
That's big
Oh
thing.
no! If I rest, sorry. If I
You could
rest,
do it as a
I can do it in
ritual
1 minute.
without a rest.
Well, I don't know if can teleportation circle be done as a ritual?
I'm thinking of Liam's tiny hut. So it is. It is D&D Beyond. It's 1 minute if I have it, so I need to rest an hour to be able to do it in 1 minute.
Okay.
That's the closest thing
Rest
to a
for
good
an
plan.
hour. We turn into flying things. We fly
Crazy plan.
around them and then try to what? Fly down and find it? We don't, but we know we're looking for a tree or something
We are looking for a remarkable tree to the south.
in the dark.
One normal day's
Beauregard
travel.
and Not will fly on you. Ford, Caduceus, and I will just fly, and we will get there ahead of them.
All right, let's work out our options. I really want to talk out our
I
options.
think we know what the options are.
So we have option 1.
Tell me what we're doing in an hour, and I'll start meditating.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's cool.
Option 1. We sleep now. We know we're full and healthy and rested, but maybe face them also full and
Or we
rested.
don't face them at all. They get ahead of us.
and they
They
get
find
ahead of us
it
and they're
then
gone and they leave.
Lots of downsides.
A lot of downsides to that one, but our casters are rested. Number 2, Nott and I do a little recon mission. We head to the woods. We watch the patrol of this guy, Laughing Hand.
We get
Sorry, I
in,
don't know.
we
I'm
get
going
out.
super general on this one. Get in, get
we're
out,
assuming
surgical.
the demon sleeps.
Oh yeah.
Which it doesn't.
No.
So many pieces, but it's
No,
just
I think we just. No,
torso
I'm not fucking
and-
assuming.
Yeah, that
anyone
changes it. If the
sleeps.
demon sleeps,
I'm
better
working
plan.
currently on
If
the
he's
laptop.
awake and just
So,
sipping
shoulder-
fucking Merlot, then
Assuming
not
that they
so
also
great.
don't do anything to protect themselves. when
No,
they
I'm
sleep.
just hoping the demon never finds out. But that's also like a
focuses
hope and
on
not
a
a
lot of
promise.
Some
It's a lot of
rubber
hopes.
shit.
So there's a lot of hopes to that one, and that
Third
one.
option, do what Caleb said.
It
Third
literally
option,
depends
we
on
go
how
now, we
folks
don't sleep.
rock and
They don't know they're even being followed.
Get
Yeah,
out
for me,
and
it
deal with the
usually
cursed
takes
tree and
hours.
probably some like
And this is a high
creepy
grade. This
shit
is the basic.
and maybe bad
So
guys on
we
the
do
other
this
in
for
the
an
middle of
hour,
the night at
let's
this
sample
cursed tree.
these.
I think that's the only
So
option we
let's,
can do that.
Yeah, we
Well,
understand that the first option is far safer with less risk.
Some people
to
can do
all
this
of
in an
us,
hour
yes.
But-
or like
But if
4
we
hours.
want to achieve,
The goal of the whole reason we fucking came here.
But yeah, just so we're saying it out loud, failure is what? They get what they came
Slow.
for and they bring back something that, what, we've decided is our
Then there
mission to
are 4
present.
people.
I know, I'm just saying it out loud, right? Because we could all die
And we
trying
probably
to
like
get
to
this
listen
one
to
thing instead of
Critical role and stuff.
Losing our
something that's
best
safe,
friend.
maybe losing it, being stronger, coming back with more allies,
We won't die.
living to fight another day. I'm just saying.
Still meditating.
Caleb will be able to bamf us out. Also, I'll make sure I have at least one revivify, so that if one of us goes down, then I can,
To be fair, also, yeah, I mean, like, there's not a lot of. I've got a little bit of healing. It's not a lot I can do.
I've got some first level.
To be fair, there's not a lot you can do. Yeah.
If we fly, if we get to the Waith root, the Rufus Wainwright tree,
I knew you would.
we find the object, we get it.
Bamf out.
We do not get Yasha in that scenario.
No,
we do
but
not
we
get.
save her for another day.
We get not Yasha later when we're better prepared.
I appreciate Caleb's sentiment, and I'm going to say this comfortably because he can't hear me because he's deep in meditation. I think Yasha trying to scoop her out is a bad plan.
I think it's a bad plan right
Agreed.
now.
I think he can hear everything you're saying. Like
I think it's a
meditation
lot
is
like
just
trying
moving
to.
through
like
you,
subconscious.
It's a lot like trying
You
to.
can't hear a word we're saying. Here, watch this. Caleb, you're a fucking out. Sorry.
What are you jerking off a giant tree root? What is that?
Before not, I can multitask.
I like the plan of going in and trying to get, because they don't know that we're following
They
them.
don't know we're here.
They don't know that they need to rush. They're going to take their time. They're going to move at a reasonable pace.
They're
not.
going to sleep.
They're not in a rush.
But I
Well,
think they'll
Yasha
move
might need to
first
sleep. Maybe
light.
that's why.
No! Sleep! Till Rufus Wainwright!
But if we roll it now, teleport out.
I mean, it is
pass
certainly
out,
more of the
put that-
adventure what
put
we're
that-
talking about.
and then immediately get that skull into the
The heart.
Just
the
as long
heart
as
into
we're all
the-
in agreement, we are at great risk
heart in the bag.
going forward instead of resting
Yes.
and not being able to do this at a day.
I don't see that as a real option, though.
I agree. I think we technically have two options. Either getting the case off of the laughing hand or going ahead and getting the heart. I don't think resting is an option.
All right. Then let's do it.
How are you feeling? Are you all right?
I will not abandon this group, but I do feel like it's quite the risk.
He has ulcers.
I'll also say that we're not exhausted yet. We wouldn't be exhausted till daylight.
Tomorrow.
We pushed into the night, and hopefully the flight. I'm meditating.
It's like 9:30 right now. We can go till at least like.
Then let's do this.
I have party till.
Decided?
Decided.
All right.
Break!
If it starts to go bad, we
Wait
can
for
teleport
55
out.
minutes now.
In theory.
It's like
Wait,
52.
we can fly Caleb while he's meditating, maybe. All right, well, all short rest.
Yeah.
Alright, sure is.
All right, so take your short rest here. Gather yourselves. Make sure you have your healing potions distributed amongst who's supposed to have them.
A reminder, that's not foreboding at all.
No, not at all.
Is there anything else we can do to prepare? Is there anything else we can do to prepare, us not spellcasters? What do we do?
Do we have any set plays? What if we see them? Okay, how are we getting out of here? He's casting a spell. But what if we walk out of the Wainwright tree and they're there waiting for us?
Why are we even going to walk out?
As soon as
we
get
just
the
get
thing,
it, we
just
go.
bamf. Yeah,
What
we
if they
don't-
walk in on us while we're down there fiddling and diddling with something?
Well, then we're dead.
We have
We're
team
probably
distraction
gonna die.
while
Yeah,
while
that's probably we're dead.
Where will we
Caleb
put this
casts.
heart? In a bag of.
In the, we can put it in one of the bags. Yeah.
Okay. In the bag of holding of the haversack?
Yeah.
And we're gonna put maybe the string around the
Tree?
tree
That's smart.
to protect us.
If we can.
Limited range, all right. Well, maybe we could just put. If we get there early, we could put like just a physical.
backtrack a little bit. Yeah.
Well, just like a tripwire with some tin cans on it or something.
Yeah, we could like do something.
I knew I was keeping all those canned anchovies for a reason. Thank God. Fucking reeks in here. I thought it was my armor.
We're just becoming ninja hobos. That's fine. Okay.
Anybody need
Ready yet, Kay?
An hour has passed.
All right.
An hour passed.
All right, sure. Now, if you guys have anything else you want to do prepare, then yes, the short rest comes to a close. Caleb slams his book closed in front of him, and you have regained your spell slot.
I heard some of that, not much of it. Another thing we could do when we're there is I could throw up the dome while we're there, and then you would have the dome to run. Not me, I would be stuck inside of it, but you could run into it and out of it in case shit goes down.
That did work very well with the White Dragon.
It worked so well.
But we wouldn't have you in there to help us.
Not necessarily so, thanks to our man Essek.
Oh.
What do you mean?
You can put up the dome and not be in it?
He's shown me how to realize other versions of myself.
He
That's
polished your dome?
really smart.
That is not what happened.
But wait, I think didn't he say as soon as your other version cast a spell, they disappeared, right?
We'll find out.
Oh, good. Yes. Let's find out. In the middle of it.
No, Caleb would know. He would know if he was told, but I don't remember.
I thought I remembered that as soon as it casts a spell, it's gone.
Does it? But that's But
The
it still
echoes?
gets to cast a spell. Yeah.
Yes.
So if it casts at their level spell, it's
Gone forever.
gone.
Yeah, it vanishes once the spell's completed. If it's a concentration
Still
spell,
really good.
it stays around to maintain the
Until it gets
concentration until it gets
busted.
killed or.
That's
so
a great
that
benefit.
thing could cast the dome.
No. I'm saying I would cast the dome and sit within it.
And then there'd be.
And then you guys would have this great buffer between you and our enemies. You could run into and out of. I could have most of our teleportation circle drawn, and you guys could pop in, pop out if we thought that they were going to descend upon us, and I could also help from within by using Dunamancy.
Okay.
To a limited extent, but still.
Sure.
I like it.
That's a good option.
Let's fly.
Plans
Marketing.
all around.
Into the future.
To the tree.
To the tree.
Okay.
I have to pee. Are we
Yeah.
taking a break?
I guess we shall then. As you guys prepare yourselves for this plot you've hatched to rush off into the night in hopes of beating your adversaries to the very target they seek, we're going to go ahead and take a break. So, we'll return here shortly to pick up where this adventure is leaving off. We do have our Wormwood giveaway before we leave there. This is, if you guys haven't seen their And welcome back. So before we jump into the game, we do have our winner of the Wormwood giveaway. The winner is Carnival Elite. With a key. Carnival Elite, you are the winner. We'll go ahead and send that to you ASAP. Congratulations. Alrighty,
I don't need
friends.
to be sweating like this. I just got out the break.
You have to pee again? Maybe we should take another break.
I gotta pee. Can we think about some more?
I can't understand either.
Bread.
So,
Herbert. Thank
It'll
you.
be fine. It'll be fine.
That's not what I thought.
so, your rest complete. The night now darkens the entire sky above. You can hear the heavy sound of crickets and other nocturnal creatures coming to life out hunting, wandering amongst the upper parts of the trees, the lower parts of the forest, and the sky above. Mighty Nine, what would you like to do?
Well, I guess we should turn into big eagles then or something, yeah?
Well, that is what you're going to do. Caduceus, Ford, and I are just going to fly. Are we ready?
Is there such a thing as a giant owl?
Of course there is.
We don't know where we're going yet,
minutes.
right? We have to find this thing
We know the direction
do.
and
We
the
just-
rough distance.
in the middle of the night.
We have to move quickly.
Is it a full moon?
No, I'd say it's probably like waning,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
at a
But I think
Half
the
moon.
dead body we talked to said it was in a small clearing, right?
It's. I think it's going to be visible.
There's a big tree and a bunch of trees. Cool.
Well, also,
Dead.
once we see their firelight from the sky, then we know we go past that.
Good call. You're very smart. All right, here we go.
Owls.
Break.
Caleb pulls out a raven's feather and mutters a few arcane words, and suddenly Caduceus, Ford, and Caleb start to hover slightly above the ground.
So you're
Yeah.
casting Fly at 5th level.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Fly is a 3rd level spell.
Third level?
4th level, you can do an additional.
Oh no, the calculus is ruined.
Wait.
The math was wrong.
Polymorph is not enough to carry everybody.
Okay, wait.
Not if you're a giant something.
Cast it on. I can.
You will hold on to me.
Also,
Yes.
Or I
Ford.
can carry.
I can hold on.
Who am I carrying?
Caduceus.
Just Caduceus
What about Bo?
and Bo.
Bow.
Can you carry
What
Caduceus
if you
and Bo?
cast it on Caduceus and I carry Bo and not? Because I feel like I could do that easier than.
Yeah, that's true. So me and
And then
Caduceus.
not. Maybe Cad can
if you,
carry
if
that.
you fly, then I can fly with you.
You will ride with me. You will fly. You will carry these two.
Ford and Bo.
Correct.
You got it.
Can you
You
carry
think
us?
Yeah, I can carry both of you. As a giant owl, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Confirmed?
As a giant owl, yeah, you won't be traveling at maximum speed, but you can,
You're doing fine.
I'd say it's
Better
allowed.
than walking.
Yeah. Definitely will be above all of the totally creepy things in the trees.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm riding up front.
There are
You'll
2
both be
feet
in that
side by side.
I know, I'm riding up front though.
But there's no.
I'll try to carry you in a way that is comfortable for you.
Oh,
okay?
we're not riding on our back.
No, it was literally. I just
in
told
her
you.
claws.
Yeah, don't look at me anymore. I'm mad at you now.
You
Okay.
can
What the fuck did I do?
Just,
on my
just,
back if you
just to
want.
remind you,
Yeah.
you guys are traveling polymorph and fly.
Yeah.
Correct. Alrighty.
polymorph lasts for an hour.
Right? Fly lasts for 10 minutes.
10 minutes only.
Why don't you just find more?
Super important.
Yep.
Super
I could.
important. Holy fuck.
Planet is falling apart and we haven't even gotten out of camp.
Yes.
I'm just double checking.
Holy
would be that.
fuck me running.
Okay.
That would have been.
No, we can still do it.
Can you fly
I can polymorph. I can, and I can do giant eagle, and I could. We wouldn't go as fast as I would like, but I can take Caduceus and not.
Yeah.
And we'll take these two.
Yeah.
But it means a slower speed, but still faster than walking.
You want to do giant eagle or giant owl?
Eagle.
You're going to be an eagle? Mm-hmm. Should I be an eagle too? Is that better?
Can one of those see in the dark?
Well, owls are really good at seeing in the dark.
Can you check your fucking stats?
Yeah.
Look at that. So
I know what real owls are.
Alrighty.
It's a burrow owl.
Owl.
I would like to think the people who are riding are doing the most of the looking out.
How do I find it again?
I already put it.
I do have dark
You didn't put a
vision.
giant owl in there.
I
see.
Where's all your creatures?
I don't know.
So you guys are polymorphing, you said. Caleb, who are you, you're the giant eagle.
dark vision.
Owls have dark vision.
Eagle.
But I'm going to do eagle because I feel like an eagle has a better chance of carrying Caduceus. And not.
Owls are
Well, why would
just
it-
as strong.
Yeah, if they're both giant.
Yeah.
If they're both giant, isn't that
Eagle's
semantics?
Eagle is strength 16. What about owl?
I don't know if there's giant owl stats.
13. So eagle is categorically stronger than an owl.
It is.
Okay. But owls have night
And
vision.
he is a giant reindeer man. So
Thank you.
I'm
You
going
cannot
to
see
be
in
an
the dark.
eagle.
I'm not. I don't weigh a ton, but I am big. So
You cannot see in the dark either. Can a eagle see in the dark?
I didn't
You can see as well as any other creature that doesn't have dark vision can.
But
If I recall.
the owl lead.
Who will lead
Okay.
the scout? Yeah.
Goblin, you have dark vision?
Hello. Yes, I do.
There
I
you
do
go.
as well. So.
Where did you find the stats for the
And you
giant
have
owl?
goggles.
I have goggles. I'm good.
Always the one without dark
App
vision.
with everything
Yeah.
in it.
Never mind.
Never go to the desert without.
Sam did it for me.
You do have advantage on wisdom perception checks to see, which means it counteracts the disadvantage. It'll be just a straight roll for you in the dark for perception. Okay,
Owls are stealthy.
they are.
So do it. I'm going to be an eagle.
So, the giant eagle, which is the larger of the two, I'll say,
Yeah.
that would be you.
Yeah.
You are carrying
Caduceus and not.
Caduceus and not. All right, now not.
Hold on, I got little sticky things.
Look at that.
Where did you get that shit?
Had it for a while.
That's so clever.
Craft store.
There we go. Got him riding up there.
Look at that.
All right, and then Ford and Bo on the owl train, right?
I'm on the left foot. Is that okay with you? If I'm on the left foot?
I mean, it feels a little like the driver's seat, but it's fine. I'll take the
we in Europe?
passenger claw.
Depends on the country. Huh?
Before I
If we're in the UK, you are good.
Oh, we are in Jorhas. Yeah, I'll take the right.
Okay, both of you need to shut up
Sorry.
once we start moving.
Forever.
I
It's
need to be
suggestion.
stealthy. So
She needs
shut
to be
up.
stealthy, so shut up.
Fuck did I do?
All right, Ford, Bo, Caduceus, we have to be on the lookout. Keep your eyes peeled. Give us some guidance and stuff.
I can't see anything but
So here's my question.
Guide me.
Are you guys moving at maximum speed, or are you moving stealthily? You can make a stealth check either way, but if you're moving full speed, it's disadvantage on stealth checks.
Can you do?
Speed.
No, can't do fast marches.
But we're making.
We're in the air.
We're going high, above the canopy of trees.
We gotta get there, man.
We're also, I assume, not going to make it. We're going to do a little bit of curve around where we think they
It's
are.
also nighttime.
No, we need to go over their campsite, don't we?
We don't. We have
No, we don't
no
need to
idea
go.
where they are.
No, but we can see smoke. We'll be able to see smoke and firelight.
Look, if we were doing Plan B with the laughing hand, then I would say the goal would be stealth. But since we're doing Plan C,
Yeah.
which is trying to get to the tree, I think the goal is speed, right?
But we definitely want to not.
What are they
wanna
going to
go-
do?
Yeah,
They're gonna see
speed.
2 birds over them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They don't give a
The
shit.
dog
Forgot,
are moving
robot
way
can
faster
fly.
than them. I think we should.
Name of the things.
We haven't.
I think.
Yeah, we should
uh,
transform.
I think
Go
we should
fast.
go as quickly as possible. Yeah.
But we'll make a berth around them. I don't want to.
No idea
I don't
what
want to
we're
fly
doing.
directly
Campfire?
overhead. If I see the campfire, I'm not going to go directly
Of
over it.
course, if we see the campfire, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We suck at this.
So
We're amazing.
5 years.
you guys
yeah.
transform.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also this is Caleb's transmuter ability to not use a spell slot. He can polymorph himself once a day
That's right.
Yeah.
You are correct. Alrighty.
to level 1, which the eagle is within.
It's pretty great. So transforming into a giant eagle and a giant owl. The owl, which is stealthier, the eagle, which is a little stronger, can move a little faster.
Excited about
But you will have to either you're going to move ahead of the owl or you'll stay in
I'll take
tandem
point,
with it.
but I'm not going to move it
Okay.
far ahead.
So traveling through and overhead, you both grab your respective party members and pushing through the canopy of the forest. A little difficult at first, finding areas to squeeze through. Even this opening here, there's a lot of branches that are all kind of reaching out and creating kind of a net. But you break through and smash across them, sending splinters of various bits of wood and bark flying as you both emerge into the night sky over the Lotus Den Greenwood. The moon high up, a little bit of white light that's beginning to trickle across the slightly shifting forest with the breezes that occasionally push through. You are above the space, looking in the general direction of which you are intending to travel. So, you both go into a slight dive and pick up, using the wind to your advantage, and try and continue pace. Are you going stealthily or speed?
Do we see the firelight from above?
Make a perception check, each of you. Disadvantage for you.
Everybody, I mean, I'm
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
just
the dark
flying.
vision folks drive
One of
too.
the last things I said was I'm just flying. My rider.
Gotcha.
should
Then yes, then you can try it from your space.
You look.
Perception?
Perception.
Nobody can guide me.
Two people get a try.
Natural 20,
I rolled
That's good.
22 total.
20
19.
total.
Well, as a group, check for this. Two people are kind of helming the perspective on here. It's okay. So
19 for
19 and
Natural 20.
which is a total of
22.
22. Okay. Continuing forward for the first 20 minutes or so of your journey in that direction, you do not see any sign of any glow or flame. Speed. Because you roll high doesn't mean you're near enough to see anything, or that it's magically apparates through the tree branches above.
right,
It is deep within the Lotus Den beneath you,
Okay.
so you do not see anything.
Okay. Then we fly in the direction that we know it is. And keep an eye out for the tree.
Full speed.
Strange trees.
Stealthily.
Full speed for a bit, and then,
speed.
like, if it feels like we're going too far, then I say slow down so we can look a little bit better.
Okay. Well, let's put it this way. It was between. They're about 3 to 6 hours ahead of you. You're not entirely certain how far this location is.
A day's travel.
Day's travel.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're a little bit. So you'll be able to get ahead of them, but you will not, within the hour that you have transformed, be able to make a day's worth of traveling.
Right.
So you will gain some movement, hopefully enough, but you're uncertain at this time if it's where it'll be. A half an hour,
Full speed.
40 minutes, 50 minutes.
As it gets close to when I'm gonna, then I'll land and cast it again.
If you guys want to, right before you begin to land, make an additional series of perception checks. Who's helming this? 2 of you can make it, or 1 of you can make it with advantage.
I've got. Okay, I've got night vision.
Oh, I can't. Yeah, I can't help you.
Yeah, you have disadvantage from yours.
Whole load of shit.
Well, yeah, 11.
11. Okay. As you begin to descend towards the tree line, knowing that the loss of your polymorph transformation is imminent, you glance ahead in the direction you've been traveling this entire time, and you, unfortunately, even in the dark of night, can't make out enough detail that tells you where the transition would be to the.
Oh, wait, my perception. Sorry, it's different for a giant owl. It was actually
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it was a 14. 15. Sorry.
A 15.
That's
Yes.
much better. Owls, yo.
That's why I did it.
That makes a difference. As you begin to just hit the top of the tree line, looking up ahead, you can see it's a ways off still, but the way the bit of moonlight is hitting the canopy, you can see where the texture begins to change for just a small pocket a ways away, where the canopy seems to dip, and you can see what looks to be a few 100, 200, you can not know how many, but like kind of thin spire-like tops of leafless trees.
Gosh, okay. All right.
Still a ways travel for you.
But good to know.
But you now have an orientation of
We have a
direction.
visual, okay. You don't have to recast, you just can sustain this, or you have to
No, I
recast?
need to go again. I just
Okay.
didn't have to spend a spell slot the last time, but this
Okay.
time I do, and I will.
Okay, same.
So you both land,
Yeah.
and you cast again.
Quietly.
Yeah.
All right. Emerging, you head back up through the canopy where you landed originally, into the sky and traveling that direction again, growing closer and closer. Full speed or stealth?
Do we see firelight?
Make a perception check if you'd like.
So then we had,
Am I doing an advantage? Is anybody helping? What is going on?
Looking forward to help you.
Yeah.
Pick better dice.
Shouting loudly to the owl across the way.
Oh, it was like about to. 16. No, 17. Thank you.
17. Okay.
They're on the same thing.
Yeah. Continuing on, you don't really notice any sort of firelight.
Okay.
You know, even the scry, it was low. So you, unfortunately, unable to make out any sort of details as you're kind of looking down, continuing forward, coasting above, the wind blowing past your stealthy owl feathers. There were still glancing down below as well. There are other birds and other large evening flying creatures that you can see are kind of moving ahead, and a few of them begin to kind of turn and notice the size of you and the clustering of the two large flying creatures and seem to veer off.
Other large flying creatures? What do we get? Do I get a sense of what these other large flying
Too
creatures
far
might
away to
be?
make out any specific details.
Yeah.
Just you can see in the distance other like things that fly, other hunters, other nocturnal predators.
Somewhere, your arch nemesis.
As an eagle, I'm going to start looking for any abnormal tree, anything larger than the rest, anything that stands out as we fly forward.
Continuing.
I had pointed out the
onward.
spires when we landed,
Yeah.
so we can know.
Okay. For the next hour of travel at full speed, you're not going to be able to get to it. You're still going to be a ways off from it, but it's getting closer. And you, now that she's pointed out to you, and you guys are getting onward, you do begin to make out that element of that transition in the canopy ahead. You travel for the next hour or so. That's correct. Count again. How do I do that 3 times in a row? That's ridiculous. All right. You continue onward towards the end of the second hour as your polymorph begins to threaten, gradually, begins to, oh god. You begin to descend once more, looking for a gap in the canopy around that we can safely land.
Keeping an eye out for, like laughing hands campfires, anything scary.
Make one more perception check. I'll allow
Want me to
it.
roll with you?
Yes.
Natural 20.
What the fuck?
Man,
Are you serious?
You roll like that, Marisha Ray.
19 for me.
22.
Okay. That was the total?
22 is the total.
Okay. Great. So as you're coming down into the canopy and looking out, you're probably about, you would gather on foot, another hour and a half of travel before you reach the edge of
Those
this
trees.
grove. Yeah. And just as you're kind of coming down to the canopy forward, you kind of look down and see a faint little glow
Under us?
under you.
I go up.
You have about a minute before it passes.
I'm gonna fly up and try to get away from the thing. and then
Okay. As you pull up a bit, you look and the canopy is too dense here. Make a perception check to see if you can find a place safe to land where the canopy isn't completely cluttered here. Yeah, but now
Can
that,
I land on
Oh,
the-
that was so cocked.
that was so cocked.
Ultra cocked. Ultra cocked.
Oh boy.
It doesn't look good. I can't really tell what it is.
I can't quite
That's a natural one, y'all.
It is just dense, clustered trees and branches. There is nowhere to land other than the place you just were. You can't find a place you can try and just dive into it and take it, or you can try and push on.
You want us
Caduceus,
to
this
push
is
on?
so fun, isn't it?
We're having a great
Put
time.
distance between us and that
I'm
thing.
gonna just try to
if we're
get as
gonna
far
fall
away
through.
from that as I can, and like get low on on top of the canopies, and just hope that we can grab onto something if I break before I
improv
see
wings,
something.
just
I
like,
can grab that.
Okay.
You technically will know precisely the second that it's about to go because you have a perfect
is
sense of time.
absolutely right, yeah.
Okay.
I just
checking.
have the gaslight on, and I'm like, ooh.
That's exactly what it feels like. You're not quite
But
sure.
actually, I'm the eagle. I'm not Caleb, so that's kind of iffy. Whether yeah, I mean, a moth chews on drapes, so.
I think
No,
when
giant eagles are not.
But does it have the keen mind feat that Caleb does?
I'll say.
To know when it would end.
Well, as casters, you know when it's going to end. Like it isn't
Okay.
like you wonder.
Oh, I can feel
Like,
it.
but it's like you're in the last 30 seconds,
Okay.
and you're like, do I try and land safely or safer now, or just continue to push on until it runs out? What are you doing?
That's 4 rounds. You can move a little far in 4 rounds. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna push on until the last 6 seconds. Then I'm gonna try to find a landing.
Yeah, Caleb actually eggs her on with his eyes as an eagle.
Okay.
Put on my goggles.
All
I'm
right.
going.
And
As you
I
guys are-
hunker down.
You can see now both birds are going into a dive, kind of coasting right over the top. You can, as you guys are holding on, you can feel, yeah, branches. Like higher boughs are starting to scrape the bottoms of your feet and whip past you. You did roll a 1, unfortunately, and you cannot find any place that looks safe to land. You're either gonna have to push into one of the canopies, or you're just gonna lose control as you're all moving at maximum speed
I'm
flying.
gonna wait for the last 10 seconds, then push down to the canopy.
And then just jump out of the airplane the last minute,
And
and you'll
just
be
like
fine.
push down to the can. Yeah, I'm gonna start to slow in the last 10 seconds, but yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
try to
All
push
right.
it as I'm
Right
pushing
before
it
the
right to
elevator
the
hits,
edge.
you jump up.
Okay.
Right.
All right. And right as you do,
All
you get to the
damage.
very, very edge, you slow a bit, and you both of you lose your forms.
Caleb reaches into his coat, pulls out a piece of feathery down, and casts Featherfall on everybody except Ford.
No, get forward, get
Oh,
forward.
too late.
Too late. Everybody but Ford. There's only so many people I can get.
Yeah, that's fine.
He's beefy cake now.
I'll cast Featherfall on him.
Yay!
Okay. So, you
Oh,
all
nice. Well done.
appear, and it takes 6 seconds to cast a spell.
Oh shit!
Do it.
Well, it's
fine.
a reaction though, right? Featherfall's a reaction, so
It
no,
is.
it is a lot quicker.
God.
That's correct. As you guys are toppling, even at a slower speed, in order to try and slow down at the speed you were careening at, you're still moving at a pretty decent pace. Before all of a sudden, you all begin to tumble in the air. 2 featherfalls are released, and you all begin to gently hit boughs and branches. You don't take any damage.
Can we can see each other? I'm holding up this and be like,
You guys are hitting like moving through the trees and pummeling down. Like you're not taking damage, which is the good news.
Yeah.
But you're like
Quiet about it.
We're trying to stealthily fall.
Yeah, like you know when parachuters come into trees,
Yeah.
like it doesn't kill them instantly. They don't all of a sudden come out of it horribly thrashed unless they did a really bad. But it's not fun and
We
it's
look
not
super
quiet.
stupid
Yeah.
right now.
You guys
are we falling at 15 miles an hour like parachuters?
The
Yeah,
usual.
It's 60 feet a second or something like that. Or no,
It is
60
like-
feet around.
it's
60
like
feet around. So it's 10,
10
feet a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
50 feet per round.
yeah, it's landing a parachute.
Yeah.
So you guys are through the boughs and the branches. I need everyone to go ahead and make an acrobatics check for me, please.
Oh!
Oh my god, that dice is gone.
Are we exhausted yet?
You don't know.
15.
15.
I could have given myself a.
I did. I gave it to myself.
Okay.
Fucking guidance.
19.
19,
15.
15.
14.
14.
Okay. None of you take a heavy branch to the chest.
Man.
You pop, getting hit and around, eventually kind of coast to the point where you break through the bottom part of the canopy before coming to a rest on your feet. It's still a hard landing, like a oof. You still impact. You kind of have to tumble a bit and then catch yourself skidding to a halt. Kind of a couple of you bump into a tree hard with the shoulder. It's probably going to bruise, but not enough to actually, physically damage yourself. But you all kind of come to stop, scattered a bit amongst the base of the forest.
Can I spin on my heel and turn in the direction that I saw the campfire and just look?
Yeah,
Can I see?
I'm listening for
that.
laughter.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and make perception checks, the two of you.
I'm going
Hands
to
out.
cast Pass Without a Trace on everyone right now.
Really?
Yes, thank you. Natural 19.
21.
21. You kind of listen carefully and look out there.
I'm complaining a lot, but that's how they roll.
Nothing.
They survive. Well,
I saw them. I saw the camera.
You listen as they all land.
Getting louder?
Where's
Book it.
So,
the good thing about
are you guys
these
going
watches-
stealthily or are you moving quickly?
Yeah,
Okay,
this
so
is
it's
79.
slower speed. That's pretty slow speed. So everyone go ahead and make a
The
standard
good
stealth
thing of
check.
me lagging
Plus
the
10, you guys.
Did they hear us? Did they hear us?
series is that I know that everybody survives.
Roll.
Maybe Blessing of the Trickster.
Oh,
Blessing of the Trickster.
It-
So you
it
get
happened.
advantage on your stealth
my
roll.
stealth. Okay.
25.
You dick.
Plus 10.
What's your problem?
Go ahead.
So whatever the stupid idea of theirs,
Better get your
Thank
ass
you.
in gear.
I rolled
Come
a
on,
3,
Kentucky.
but plus 9 for
13.
my stealth.
dice.
For my stealth, which is 12, plus 10, so 22.
That's actually not terrible.
It's not
For
bad.
3 to
But I haven't rolled above a 6 pretty
At all
much all
tonight?
game.
I know.
I rolled a 17 on that perception check. That was not for me.
Okay.
It was not my perception check. Keep going.
Well, I rolled an 18, so 30.
41.
35.
25.
All right.
Simulation, luck.
So you guys are carefully, quietly moving through in the direction of where the forest was.
Oh god, should we take it?
You hear branches break and shatter. You hear a nearby smaller tree topples over amongst others. The heavy sound cracking as you hear shifting laughs that fade.
Your ears come.
Then silence. You guys stopping or you continuing to move?
We're being quiet.
We're hiding.
You're hiding? Yeah. All right. You see kind of wandering about 15 feet off through the forest, the hulking shape of the laughing hand. Slashes through this large cluster of tangled net-like vines that just all of a sudden flap onto the ground. And with each step you hear like 4 or 5 weird swirling laughs.
Can I, in this moment of quick breath, can I use divine sense to sort of keep tabs on him, that
Oh my
thing?
god, yes. Put
Yes.
that track
Divine sense is what's the range on that?
60 feet. Celestial fiend undead within 60 feet. It's
All
not
right.
very total.
Yeah, you immediately blip as you focus. For the first time since you were given this blessing from the Wild Mother, you close your eyes and you feel this searing, burning sensation to the immediate right of where the laughing hand is. And a second one, about 50 feet behind you.
They have landed into their fucking town.
You see the laughing hand turn around and look back from where it came from. And begins marching in the direction you guys were traveling. And in the direction of where you are, you can see, kind of following in the path of the laughing hand, Oban and Yasha, also now continuing their trek.
Wait, are they heading back to their camp or
No.
Where we're headed?
we're walking with them now?
with them.
Yes.
This is the worst thing that could have happened.
Oh shit!
You know when you say goodbye to someone too soon?
Oh god, I'm really warm.
But if we had started running, Oban was in the
Or
direction we
somebody,
were
yeah.
heading, right?
So
Oban was behind you guys.
Okay.
The
so-
Laughing Hand was a little bit ahead. He was now marching in the direction.
Okay.
And it looks like Yasha and Oban were slowly catching
So
up.
we
from behind.
see them now. We see Oban and Yasha now.
You
Passing
guys don't
us.
see them. You've noticed and kind of glance over your shoulder and see about 50 feet behind.
We should give a berth, like a wide berth, but we need to mirror them to this thing. We need to watch and see what happens.
Just
With
grab
them?
this skull off.
Maybe we should go to plan 2.
Yeah, I think we should go to plan 2. What? It's easier.
We're not gonna get there before them.
I understand.
So we gotta go to plan
Lord
2.
so much. I've said so many stupid plans, like
Knock into the plan,
suicidal
and then we
plans
can
like
just
that.
like TIE fighters.
And walking now. This
I-
isn't like
this-
sneaking up on someone who's asleep.
it's like a moving train mission. Like jump on it and go.
Demons see things that are invisible? Anybody know? Anybody know? Do you know?
He's even asking
If
such
I read
questions.
anything in a book, it's the demons.
You could make a religion check if you'd like.
Can I do that?
Sure.
Really low.
I have a religion.
11, super low.
Bullshit for me too. 17, better
That's a
than
big
him.
ass.
That's great.
It's a big
12.
Okay. In your studies with different celestial and or fiendish entities that have a modicum of power and station over lesser versions of themselves, some of them can and often do see things that have been cloaked for the sense of personal preservation. Both in devilish and demonic circles, you know, lesser entities are always looking to undercut each other to rise up in station, especially when it comes to devils as well. So some do. Not all of them do.
Super concrete info.
Hey,
You
it's
just-
a fucking coin toss.
Oban kind of he flies up and lands up in a tree and kind of looks around.
Oh shit.
Looks up at where all the branches have broken.
Oh shit.
Still be drunk.
Follows the eye line of where they broke and the impacts in the dirt where you guys were.
Casting your teleportation.
I don't think
goes,
so.
Yeah, do it and then just run up and grab
We
the
don't have
skull
10
and run away.
minutes.
Orphan Maker!
He's got him.
Oh,
And he points in the direction of where you guys are. And then
Where we are.
of where you guys landed. You guys have probably moved and hit off to the side, but you can see now they're piecing together.
What did he say? What? What did he say?
If he sends
Orphan
Orphan Maker,
Maker.
you go.
he
'Cause
just
he will
said
be-
orphan maker.
Yeah, if he sends Orphan Maker, then he's by himself.
Yeah, but he's in the air.
He's on a tree, but I
can't
can
climb
go.
a fucking-
Sure, I can climb a
Oh
fucking
god.
tree.
What? What?
This is the most stupid
Invisible climbing and stealing. Sure.
plan ever.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
This
I could not believe you just suggested this.
I'll go I'll go.
I didn't want to do this. I wanted to play it safe,
I'll
but
go
guess what?
We're
Wait,
doing
sir,
now.
but-
How far away is
More
it?
trays.
Will that last even if I walk
Recognize
away
the
from you?
opportunity.
No.
Great.
If you're within like 30 feet, 60 feet,
I'm
30
not
feet.
going to be that far. I mean, that close. How far is his tree from us?
His tree, he's probably about 45 feet up in the tree. About 40 feet up the tree.
And how far is the base of the tree from where we
Base of the tree, from where you guys are right now, I'd say about 60 or so feet.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's where the laughing hand is. You're trying to go after the laughing
No,
hand,
he's
right?
trying to go after Oban in the top of a tree.
Wait, why? Why
To
Oban?
get the heart and soul.
Oban has the skull, not laughing hand. Oban's got the skull.
Thing on
Oh,
his
it
head.
was Oban. I thought it was laughing
You,
hand.
you can still hear the laughing hand is ahead of you guys, and it's kind of like just
I have a-
circling, looking around and waiting for
I have a
the other
quick
two to catch
spatial
up.
question.
Yes.
How far away is the laughing hand? Oban is
Here.
like 60 feet away.
Pull up the map.
Let's pull up a map. Let's pull up the bullshit. You're dead. He's ready.
Dwarven force. Oh fuck!
where is the other one?
This combat, is it combat? God, I hope not. Is powered by Dwarven Forge. I hope they do not power this combat. Check out the latest and
Dwarven
greatest.
Forge on there.
Check out the latest
What
and
we got?
greatest at dwarvenforge.com.
I am not okay with
I
this.
know this is a terrible idea, but Marisha and I have been whispering all night about
my
how
spells that I don't have.
about being horny for combat.
Yeah, we've had a dry
That
spell.
tree is really
Yeah.
good, by the way. These
I
trees
know
are
we're all gonna
amazing.
die, but
So, you guys,
Give it to me.
we'll say for the purposes of this.
How did you know we would land here?
Well, no, I have a series of things I can adjust based on where it happens.
He has so many things back behind.
I have like a bunch of maps based on what happened tonight that can be repurposed depending on where it happened. So,
improvisation.
you guys will say I've all found your ways to hide in this vicinity. You can tell me where specifically you would have gone to hide if you want to.
But it depends on where they are.
Yeah.
Also, where did we land? Where's our impact craters? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, this
And they came
seems
from
right.
this direction.
This is really, there's only these trees.
Oban is up in here.
Oh God. Where's Yasha?
The laughing hand is a ways over in this space somewhere.
Oh God, I'm gonna cry.
Ahead of us.
He's so big.
Right.
And Yasha is over here.
Yasha! Anime yell, Yasha!
So what are you guys doing?
Crying.
Crying.
I'm literally crying, crouching down.
Is that all the cover there
Okay,
is?
I think this could fucking work. You go after Oban.
I mean, all of this is.
You're
100%. As soon, try it because we don't want him to move, right? As soon as you snap, he's probably gonna feel that you took the shit, right? Scream fucking bloody murder, and then we go.
No.
And then you have to just run, and then we have to run. Let's try and find a rendezvous point and get the fuck out.
Oh, yeah,
That's
terrible
a bad
plan.
Let's not survive this bad idea. I don't know how, but they will.
Right at a time, man.
What if Caleb
Yeah, the
just
latter
starts?
part seems like a fairly obvious outcome at this point.
Well,
Okay.
he's got
I'm
just
going
the
invisible.
skull.
I'm
You get
going
the skull
invisible and I'm
we
going to
go.
start rocking
Yasha kind
around
of gets
this
down
way.
on a knee and starts inspecting the impact, looking up there while Oban is glancing and looking down. What are you doing?
Invisible, and I'm going to start clocking around counterclockwise.
Okay, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
I'm still within
I can't
your.
guide you. You're too far away.
Well, I mean, I'm still within
Past
your
without a trace right now.
trace range, but I'm gonna walk
You will
out
be
of it.
leaving it, so you do not get the benefit as you continue to stealth. So just roll.
Natural 20.
Not at all.
Okay.
So you're going with it. Going with it.
Yes,
All right.
queen.
You have to seize the opportunities
You kind of begin to
presented to
move.
you. Tarv.
Behind
That's a good
Yasha
left hander.
in this direction.
Oh, Travis is the one that told not to go up
All
there in
right.
the first place.
You're going to climb the tree.
I'm gonna get us. Yeah, I don't know how much movement I can use on this while still being stealthy. So
It's slow going. It's
Yeah.
like it's the
sure,
careful footing.
I'll still keep creeping on the
Yep,
bonus
creeping
action.
Hobbit walk.
Yasha turns around and looks up towards Oban and says, "It looks like they went this way," and kind of points in the direction where a lot of you ran to hide.
Oh boy.
Man,
Just let it happen.
And he goes,
just like in Sound of Music,
Just
when Rolf
everyone stay fucking cool.
discovers the Von Traps.
It's kind of
Maybe it's
yeah,
Rolf.
I'm gonna
Maybe
kill
she'll
her.
let us go.
Just let her keep doing it. Let her keep doing it. Hopefully she's Rolf. You keep going on. You keep sticking.
begins to run this direction, like a jog in the direction of where the laughing hand is essentially, and heading that way. You're gonna try and climb the tree.
Not just try to climb the tree. Oh wait, spider climbs a spell.
gonna
I'm gonna
prep-
try to climb the tree.
Yeah, spider climb will break your concentration.
Yes, I will climb the tree
All right, so
stealthily.
make an athletics check or acrobatics with disadvantage, I'll say, because you're going to do this stealthily and carefully.
I'll do
Like
I'll do
athletics could be like a careful climb. Acrobatics is going to be a lot of leaping from place to place, and it would be really hard to stealth through that.
Terrible. 9.
Oh,
You get about 10 feet up on the tree,
Fuck.
and there's no handhold,
Fuck.
and you're just like,
Fuck.
I don't know where to
I'm
go.
10 feet up the tree. How many more feet till I get to Oban 1 Konoban?
35
30
feet.
feet.
30.
30 feet?
Yeah,
Yeah, mage cats, gonna work.
5 feet makes a difference.
30 feet.
Okay. And can I see that thing hanging off his belt?
From this current perspective, make a perception check with disadvantage because he's up in the tree. You just know he's there. You don't have a good.
Terrible.
Oh no.
2 3s.
Yeah, you have no visual range whatsoever on. All you know is he's up there, and you could hear his conversations with Yasha. But from this perspective, on the side of the tree, you can't even see him.
Yeah, because you could like do a little mage hand if you just see it, right?
Mage hand.
Okay, I'm gonna sit and wait for a couple seconds and just see if there's any other changes in the scenario.
Yep. I was rolling to see if, when he began to notice anything else, and so when Yasha's moving forward, and with you taking your sweet time down there to try and figure this out, a little too long, and he begins to dart and land on the ground next to Yasha. And they both continue their walk forward, but you can see now there's paranoia in his eyes, and starting to see the tracks in the ground, and he's like looking around, and right now where Ford and Caduceus are hiding, they're like 10 feet away from you, just walking by.
I'm gonna, if they're walking by, I'm gonna turn invisible.
Okay.
The second that I even feel like they can see anywhere where I am, I'm gonna turn invisible.
Okay, so you vanish for 1 round.
Yeah.
While hiding.
I will slowly start to climb down that tree and follow Oban.
Okay. You are moving stealthily.
Stealthily,
So you are
with dash or whatever.
Okay. Yeah. Bonus action. So you move. You're moving normal speed.
Yeah.
Because you move half speed going stealthily, but then with the dash going for. Okay. Well, they're also dashing because they're not trying to be stealthy.
Sure.
They're trying to go for time.
Sure.
So you are not keeping pace with them.
Okay.
They're moving away.
That's fine.
They are moving away from us, though?
They looked around. You guys are in your radius. You rolled some pretty decent stealth checks. So even as they're looking around, they don't make out your location, and they move from search to now try and find out whatever these creatures are that they're assuming are ahead of them, and they go into a fast jog in the direction of Laughing Hand.
That's okay.
And move on.
That's okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
We know where they are. They don't know where we are. That's an advantage.
The majesty of their life.
I'm gonna creepily be right next to Ford without him knowing, and just be like, "Hey, Ford, should I keep going?"
No, stay with us. Stay close.
But I can keep after them and see their movements.
No, it's better when they split up together. It's more dangerous to stay close.
And they know now. There's no surprise.
We need to.
I had them.
You did.
So close.
Being so sotto voce, can we wait until they are, let's call it, 50 to 60 feet before we try to whisper?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you do hear at the edge of kind of that visual range as you're waiting, you hear Oban giving orders like, and keep her nose to the air. They can't be too far, whoever they are. And then they continue forward in the direction of the grove.
Fuck. We could have gone way worse.
I thought I was feet away from doing that.
It's weird trying to talk to you when I don't know where you are. We should try and follow them. They're moving at a quicker pace. We should match pace.
And then what?
I agree. And then what? The longer that we try and follow them, the more likely the chances are that we're gonna fucking fail. And they're gonna notice us. So, and I'm fine with that. But I just think we should have a plan.
Well, we are either starting a fight with them before they reach their destination, or waiting for them to complete their plans, which might turn them from 3 to 4.
All right. We can't get there before them. We can't fly there. We can't rest. The only option we have is to go at pace with them, and when we're coming, not wait for a moment. Create a moment. We need to send 2 of us in front, or 3 of us in front of them, and 3 behind to make some sort of a distraction. When they turn around to face the ones behind them, the ones who have flanked in front can go and strike or do whatever.
Also, remember that this.
Run up and grab the skull.
Assuming that he's not going to just fly immediately.
Remember, the tree has defenses. The corpse, its advice was to not go. So if the tree has a natural defense, something that would weaken them first, That could serve as a little bit of a buffer for
That's
us.
true.
The way that they fought us.
Question for you, Jester. Right now, I could send Oban back to his home. Are you able to do that as well right now?
No, I don't have anything that powerful anymore. I used up all my powerful stuff with being an owl.
Can you send Yasha back to her home?
No, Yasha is of this world, but Oban is not. If I am lucky, I could take Oban off of the playing field.
He could resist it, but
Yeah, what if he succeeds?
Well, then...
Do I have to be
that
close to him
means
for something like that?
I need to be about 50 or 60 feet away from him.
So, I actually don't hate this plan though.
Thank you.
Because who can make image as well?
I can invoke duplicity.
I can make a major image.
I can make a silent image.
He's gonna be. He knows who we are. He's gonna be looking for us. If you're invisible, but if Caleb makes an image of you being there, he might not suspect that any of us are missing.
What?
Unless he can see through all the invisibility or the image or any of that stuff, but we don't really know that. So,
But ideally, when the back team makes some sort of a distraction and they spin to find out what it
It forms
is,
major
that's when we strike.
So what I'm saying
Instantly.
is, we line up, we give them that Avengers lineup with Knot included, but it's an illusion Knot, an invisible Knot is sneaking up, and while he's doing his bad guy monologue, because bad guys love monologuing, and we're like, yo, we're gonna fight you, your road ends here with us, and you're doing that, but there's an illusion Knot the whole time, but the real Knot is sneaking up and stealing his shit.
I just realized how confusing my name is in all of these conversations.
You just know.
That's a great pick. Great pick for a name. Okay, let's assume that terrible idea works. How do we get Knot and the rest of us out of here immediately? 1 minute for the thing that Caleb does.
Longer.
Longer.
10.
Right.
If
it's a minute.
If I had it prepared, I don't have it prepared.
I thought you
We're
had it,
talking-
but that
we
was
haven't
the
slept.
point.
We
no,
haven't
we're
slept.
talking
there's
about the teleport circle.
Teleport, not
Yeah.
not the hut. That's
doesn't
1
matter
minute
anyway.
then. Yeah.
if we or I were able to swipe the skull,
Yeah.
then I would assume they would send some folks after me. So all I have to do is run around for 59 seconds until you guys can get ready.
Dodge 3 people, one of which can fly.
I don't think
man,
you
I'm
can
super
do
fast.
it.
Have you seen me?
Have
Fly.
you seen them?
I'm invisible sometimes too.
But Invisible Knot would be stealing the shit,
Oh
right?
my god, we're
Assume,
going to
yeah,
die.
this
And
is
it,
a,
maybe Illusion Knot could be the one tricksying.
this is assuming they
Well,
can't
we
see right
run.
through all
I
of
could
this.
also make
We'll do
just you
this.
fly.
Would you be able to fly faster than Oban?
Their movement and footfalls, by the way, are gone.
Gone,
Like
yeah.
they moved on ahead.
All right, we're gonna keep following at
Keep
about
pace.
at about 80
Maybe
feet behind.
Maybe something is going to present
80 to
itself.
100 feet.
Okay, to keep pace,
Visual range.
to keep pace behind them, you're going to have to be at the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
jog pace they
I'm
have,
afraid
which
if-
means stealth checks would be disadvantaged.
When the moment presents itself, it might be an emergency, and we won't have the jump on them. That's all I'm presenting right now. Is if the moment,
As we run.
if something happens as we're trying to keep pace with them, and just it's gonna take one of us to snap a stick, and for that fucker to turn around and look at us.
What if we keep pace? And then how far away can you make your major image?
120 feet.
What if we keep pace behind them, and then you throw it out, we all drop stealthily, you throw out the image in front of them, and then not you run up from behind.
And grab it.
Yeah.
And then
And
come
we all-
back.
No
and run.
flanking involved. We use the image to flank, and then we just
Run.
Yeah,
Just fucking
I'm
book
into
it.
that.
And you need a minute in a one stationary place. No, you need 10 seconds?
So
How much?
literally-
A minute in a stationary place.
So in theory, if we're stationary, we should get to the outside of this
Not
tree. I
them.
would assume they're going to get to
Where
the
is he?
outside of it and assess it, right?
They'll stop
We're
for a
not gonna
second.
beat them to that.
No,
I
but
know.
you can make the image come out of the tree or something.
That's what I mean. If they get to the tree and they stop and assess it, he takes a minute to prepare. We wait, we conjure, we string our, we
Right.
fucking
Do it
go
at the
for
tree.
it.
Go.
But we
But
wait
what
till we
I'm
get to
saying
the
is,
tree.
we could still be hours from the tree, and the longer that we pace them, the longer that we're tracking them, the more opportunities with each footfall
At 100
we
feet?
have to alerting them.
Distance-wise, because you have gotten close enough to see, you're probably about an hour travel from the edge of the grove. From
Do we think we can stalk behind them for an hour without making our presence known?
At 100 feet?
I think that 5 of us can be 300 feet behind, and only one of us needs to be within 100 feet, making sure that they're.
How long does it pass? It's 10 minutes or?
10 minutes. And I can't keep doing it.
I know, because we fucking came out
We're
here.
almost empty and we'll have no spells. We'll just be.
I think we have element of surprise sooner rather than later,
do it
but
now?
that's just me.
Do you want to do it now?
I think we do
I
it
don't know.
sooner.
Take them before they get there.
Let's do it.
I think
Ride or die.
I think the minute you throw out the major image, Caleb
Plan
starts
is on.
casting. You prep it.
We try and
Knock goes
distract them
in.
for as long as we can. Knock goes
10
in.
rounds is a long time to
10
distract.
rounds is an insanely long time, but hopefully the major image can do the most of the heavy lifting, right?
Assuming they don't just, instead of talking, immediately charge.
Turn around.
Turn around and
And look
charge
at us.
and murder us.
What is?
Is there any other way that we can get away from them quickly?
They're faster than us.
I miss being the druid.
What? What are you talking about?
Are you able to turn into an owl again, or that's done?
I'm done. I literally have jack shit. I have the ability to revive you guys if you die.
If one of you.
One person.
I can run
This is a
real
good
fast.
design.
That's all I got.
That's assuming that the laughter
Got a
doesn't
gun.
take you.
Plus, I
So-
could
Yeah,
potentially
I forgot
try
about
to,
laughter.
command them.
There's many
To
things
halt.
we could improvise with, yeah.
Are you guys? So you've been moving to try and keep pace with them while you've been having this conversation, right?
Yeah. So we
Stealthily, so we should roll a disadvantage for stealth.
Okay, you're not keeping pace
No.
if you're moving stealthily.
Right.
Either you move stealthily
No,
and
we're
they
keeping
and the
pace.
gap continues because they're not moving
pace.
stealthily, or you keep pace and then roll stealth with disadvantage.
We're keeping
Yes.
pace.
We're keeping pace, but far enough back that we would have to be real dumb for them to hear us.
Where are you keeping pace then? What are the distance you want to keep?
I'd like
100
300.
feet.
What?
100 feet.
200
I think
feet
100 feet.
back.
100 feet still within spellcasting.
This is true.
100 feet is still within earshot. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Terrible.
200 feet.
This
3.
studio
200?
is
3?
100 feet. I can hear from the other side of the studio if someone does
All right,
something.
300
Yeah.
feet.
300 feet. All right. You guys jog up to try and keep what you assume is about a 300-foot distance from them without visual range on them, just
Yeah.
pushing in that direction. Everyone make stealth checks with disadvantage, please.
Disadvantage.
Yep.
Oh, that's
17?
cocked, right?
That is cocked.
Yeah.
Rip almost 20.
We don't have pass without tracing.
It's not cocked,
Well,
you're good.
no.
It's not cocked,
No,
right?
that corner's
Okay, okay, okay.
Disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
You rolled a 1?
Oh, but it's disadvantage.
But just a straight roll for you because you have advantage. on
It's a
the stealth
group,
check.
though.
Do we still have pass without a trace?
Only for
Yeah,
10
roll.
minutes. It's gonna be gone probably
Okay.
after.
20.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Well, that's good. That balances
They cancel
Caleb.
each other out.
Maybe. I don't know about that.
15.
I don't
You
know.
Okay.
don't get disadvantage, right?
You guys push on for about 15 or 20 minutes or so to where you just catch up within probably about 200 feet of them to where you can begin to hear their movement. And they're shifting. And the jogging, kind of snapping of twigs and moving over a brush and the slashing of bits of heavy foliage that get in the way. And at that point you hear all the footfalls kind of stop for a second. And you guys stop. And you can just barely make out through the little bit of moonlight that's coming through the trees. Oban kind of hand up like this and goes, I heard something.
Now?
Hand, hunt them, we're going. And him and Yasha continue to move on in the direction while the hand turns around.
Fuck with the hand. We don't want to fuck with the hand.
And now kind of turns around and kind of just glances around loosely in the direction you guys are.
We gotta get past the hand
We
now.
really don't get past the hand.
This guy has some.
And he's just kind of moving zigzag through the brush.
Leave him a demon to play with.
He's separated though. We could.
And then we keep going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
You see the tree now nearby. It takes the blade and kind of like
I'll reach
it
my hand
across.
out and I'll summon the Star Razor sword and I'll reach up and point and my eyes roll back and I'll say, Balgura, and I'll summon a greater demon.
Okay. As your eyes roll back and
Paladin
the
summoning
energy
a
flows into your
greater
eyes. Well, first off, just a reminder, you need to look at the components of the spell.
Ooh, boy, what does that mean?
What a great way to introduce
Visual
concept.
VSM.
Well, it previously,
Sword
looking it
was
up
my-
afterward, one of the challenges of summoning demons, you could look at the components of the spell.
Or spellcasting.
Have I ever had to look at the components of the
Probably
We're
never.
starting now.
Nope.
So now,
Now you got it.
now you're on the
Summon a
clock.
greater
As a
demon
warlock?
requires a vial of blood from a humanoid killed within the past 24 hours.
Can you take my blood right now?
Well, I mean,
killed.
we were just by some
That's
dead
true.
humanoids.
If he knew that he needed it, you could have gotten blood from a dead humanoid.
But
We did have one.
You did come across a freshly killed humanoid. Roll an intelligence check for me for it.
See if you would have remembered.
I'm saying,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
from a logistic
we're starting
standpoint,
new precedent.
to have thought about that in advance.
Well, I mean, if Travis would have known
22.
that. Okay,
22?
Okay, that's
Yes, I will allow it. I will say, in the time that you'd come across these bodies, knowing the danger that you were facing and the components required for the spell, just as an optional precaution, you took a vial of semi-coagulated blood from the corpses that were left behind,
That's good.
kind of stealthily without the rest of your party knowing.
I
so-
can look through all the rest of my spells and figure out what components they need.
Hey, component.
Yeah,
In the middle of this.
It's
Yeah.
rich.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
so
I can help you.
It's not the sword was never an arcane focus or whatever.
physical components.
The ones that you can't get around.
The ones that
Certain
You can
ones are
use a
like
focus for some, but
Demons,
if it's like
motherfucker.
a big spell, then it's like
need
you
a
have
bonus.
to
Well,
have
I
a
use
thing.
the traveler symbol for a
I mean,
focus on some
all
of my.
these
do.
things have fucking components.
components only if they're worth something.
Right.
Yeah,
well,
So this
it's
isn't
a-
worth something. Actually, this is a.
because like you can have a
Or
component
something that wouldn't
bag,
last.
like
Right.
like you have a component bag,
I do too.
Right.
Sure.
but then it's like special items.
We're so fucked.
Next time we're in a town, we're just gonna stock up on the weirdest
Kinda
shit.
what
No, I've been.
I need spider legs.
Excuse me, I've made a point of getting weird shit since the beginning of this campaign.
An undead eyeball encased in a gem worth at
If it says it's something.
50 gold.
If it's got a coin value, for certain you have to have that shit.
Undead eyeball encased in a gem
Yep.
worth
I mean, where would
150.
you find that?
Hold on.
An undead
Okay,
eyeball
he's saying
store.
hold
They're-
on. He's saying hold on.
We did a Hamburger Helper episode on this.
No, I know.
One was about you can have a focus for some things,
Ta-da! For now.
but then it depends on the other. Yeah.
Don't know how to.
Yeah. Finished for tonight. It was nice. Building this again. So we got torso down, we got hip down, both arms, and one leg, and extra heads. So next time, probably finishing with the leg, backpack pieces, heads, stuff like that. Head I usually do off stream because heads are kinda annoying, very finicky, and I always mess them up. So let me see what else I think we're gonna do. Can you see that? No, sure. Yeah, the right leg backpack, which is actually quite small and not that detailed. But we have shield, we have gun. Most of those are simple enough. Probably next time we'll finish. This is how long? 2 hours. No, yeah, I might be back in a few minutes for the people who are watching with another stream. Unless something comes up instead. Yeah. This is gonna move. Kind of. This is just. It's fun. It's also relaxing, and it's also kind of helps mentally. When you have something to build and just clicks, just assembles, and you can just do whatever you want. It's so nice. The hand doesn't have that much movement, but some of these high grades don't. It looks like it has a ball joint here, and you can spin it around. But no, it's just ball joint in here, so it's like, you can karate chop a lot. Probably just that. The camera is far away. So yeah. Till next time. As always, I try to say that I'm gonna do these more often, and then I do them once a month, best case scenario. But, we'll see. At least I'll have more time for games. So, till next time, you can playing something. It's Thursday.